Here we go.
Live from Rosman High School here in Transylvania County on Friday the 13th, no less. And no less, we're playing a team wearing orange and black. Hi, everybody. Gary Ayers along with Coach Rod White here on a cloudy, overcast Friday night. And, Coach, so many ironies about that game. As we mentioned, Friday the 13th, playing in Transylvania County and playing this team in black and orange. But, hey, right now we're just worried about the maroon and white because that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's do or die time again. It's put up or shut up time.
Right.
It really is. But for both these teams here tonight, it's both teams have had their ups and downs this year, and they're both still very hungry to win. Rosman coming off of a hard-fought ball game last week,
yes,
and just battled everybody right down to the wire, and it got taken away from them, or they got beat, and they're wanting to win just as bad as we are.
They certainly are. And coming over here, of course, we were talking about the clouds, and it seems like, as Toby Burrow can remember so many times, and I know you were actually down on the sidelines, you remember it well. It seems like a lot of times when we come and play at Rosman High School, it's either raining or the field is very wet, but the field looks great out there right now, even though they have had rain this week.
Several years ago when Coach Jim Fox was here, they resurfaced this field. It used to be a bluegrass field, just like ours was at one time. And once the folks were able to develop a Bermuda grass that would stay up here in the mountains and thrive, Rosman redid their field with it just like we did. And from that point on, and most of the time you'll find that these Bermuda grass fields, they drain better. They got more sand on them. You don't lose traction on them near as quick. They'll still tear up. You can still tear them up. There's no doubt about it. But it heals faster, and that's one reason why their field looks so good tonight. But, yeah, I have stood on those sidelines over there, and my feet literally move underneath me from the amount of mud. And I wasn't trying to go anywhere. And you just had to stand as still as you could because we played some real mud bowl games over here.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you've talked about that Bermuda grass, Coach. I know a lot of the golf courses up here in the mountains have put in this Bermuda-type grass in their fairways, and it really is a thicker, tougher, almost kind of a wiry grass that is obviously much better for football.
It's as aggressive as kudzu, and if you're not careful, your drains, it will clog your drains up so fast because it's a vine. Basically, it's a vine. It's not a grass.
Right.
It's a vine, and those vines hug that sand, and you have to put sand down every year to get a new coating of those vines on there. But once you get it out there, it's really difficult to destroy it. It really is. You may have to go back over and patch some of it up sometime, but for all practical purposes, for me, people have these artificial surfaces and whatnot now, and I'm sure they're good. But there's a lot more maintenance to these because once you plant Bermuda grass, if you only mow once a week, that's not enough. You got to mow it sometimes 3 and 4 times a week when it's really hot and wet and humid because it thrives in that kind of weather.
It really does, Coach. And hopefully we don't have any kind of weather, even though the clouds are getting darker around us here at Silverstein Memorial Stadium. Talking about Coach Jim Fox, you and I had a chance to talk with him. He's just such a quality guy and a very good coach, and it was just such a treat to see him and share some of those old brain cells.
Yeah, I can still beat him up, and he knows that. Now, I can't beat his wife up. But
Sue's tough.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I told this tale and shared it with the guys downstairs there a little bit ago. But we exchanged film, and Jim and I would always meet over in Waynesville and exchange film. We had a playoff game coming up, and his wife came with him. My wife went with me, and we'd meet there at Shoney's in Waynesville, where the old Shoney's was. They tore it down now.
Right.
But we'd meet there, and then we'd go our separate ways and get ready to play football the following Friday night. But I always got along real well with Jim and his wife and his whole family and Eddie, their son. But she looked at me and grabbed hold of my arm. She said, I really like you, but I'm going to hate you. When I pull out of this parking lot, I'm going to hate you until that ball game's over next Friday night. And she did. She hated me for an entire week.
Oh, no doubt about it. And she lived football just like her husband, Jim, and, of course, her son, Eddie, was a very good football player here and played at Western Carolina University.
Yep.
And just an outstanding family. And we're going to take a break down the line here, and we'll be back. So stay with us, folks. We'll be back after this 2-minute break live from Rosman here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back here from Rosman High School. Again, Gary Ayers along with Coach Rod White here on a Friday night. As it's hard to believe, Coach, but we've got this road game tonight. Then we go on the road for one more trip. That's going to be over to Robbinsville here in a couple of weeks. So it's hard to believe that we're at this stage of the season. We have Rosman here tonight. We have Murphy at home next Friday. We go to Robbinsville in 2 weeks. And then the Asheville Gladiators coming in for our final home game on Parents' Night. But 4 games left in the regular season. It's hard to believe.
It's flown by. It really has. I mean, it feels like that. It's still warm weather right now, and we were talking about the old scheduling when we were down there with Coach Fox, and there was for many, many, many years, we played Rosman the next to the last game of the season before we would play Murphy, and then Rosman had an open date the following week. And so he really liked it that way, Coach Fox did. He thought that was the best way for it to be. And over the years, it was great because it was always cool weather. We were always it was a heck of a time. Both teams, whether either one of them was very good or not, it was always a very competitive ball game because Coach Fox, he didn't plan on scoring a whole lot of points. He just planned on hanging on to the football and not letting you play with it. That was his job. So
I think he's kin to Mike Ayers up at Wofford. They have a tendency to do that with that triple option and double wing stuff they like to run. And but one thing about it, and I think you're right, we've seen it down through the years, it's always a physical team here at Rosman. Now, tonight, this game may last 3 hours because all of a sudden, instead of that grounded out double wing and triple option situation, now they're just throwing it all over the place as far as their offense goes. So the way this game is shaping up, we may be here a long time the way we throw it around.
Yeah, it's an entirely different ball game now and an entirely different atmosphere than because there used to be a lot of blood out on this field when the ball game get over with.
Yeah.
When you played Rosman, and this is one of the toughest, everything being equal, this is one of the toughest places to win in that there is in the Smoky Mountain Conference. And it was that way the whole time that Coach Fox was here, and it was just a battle of attrition just to see who didn't wear out first.
You're right. Fans, stay tuned as we right now have Haley Cassiati. She's had a busy week, but during that busy week, she had a chance to sit down and talk some Maroon Devil football with head coach Neil Blankenship. Here's Haley and Coach B.
This is Haley Cassiati here with the Maroon Devils Network, and we're here with Coach B to ask him a couple questions about this week's game. So, Coach, our Maroon Devils got a big win this past Friday, downing Andrews. All in all, how would you grade your team's performance?
Well, I thought we played a little bit better. I still think there's a lot of things we got to work on. I still see some of the same mistakes we've been making all year, and that's what I've been on to the kids about all week. This week is we can't continue to coach on the same things over and over again. So, we've been working on those things again this week. But I liked our kids' effort better this week. We kind of finished some drives, and that's what we hadn't been doing is finish some drives. Defensively, we played good at times, and at times we gave up a few too many yards. But we're getting better there.
Our defense played well this past Friday. What were the biggest factors for our defense being successful?
Well, when our defense was on the same page, it seemed like sometimes our D-line wasn't taking dives like they needed to, then our linebackers weren't getting where they're supposed to, and then the secondary gave up some things. But once everything settled down there late in the second and into the third quarter, we kind of grinded out right through there and, shut them down during that time. And I think it was just our whole team coming together, getting on the same page. So, I hope that's the signs of the future, that they finally get on the same page and we play together.
Many of our Maroon Devil faithful might not recognize Rosman this Friday, as the triple option attack is gone, replaced by a spread offense. What challenges will the Tigers present for us?
Well, if you've known Rosman in the past, they were 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and they were wristbone or broken bone all these years. I mean, for 15 or 20 years, and now they've got a new coach, and he's a spread offense. They're going to be 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 receivers out there sometimes, and they're not going to huddle, and that's not a Rosman game usually. So that's a little different. But, all their different sets, I think they've got 26 different sets that our kids are having to learn and go through and finding their most dangerous receivers and stuff. So that's going to be the biggest thing for us, is trying to recognize who is where and where they are, because they do a lot of different things with all them different sets. They're just trying to take advantage of those sets. They run a lot of trick plays. They fake a lot of punts. They onside kick a lot. So it's going to be an interesting ball game that, they're just trying to get extra possessions. So it'll be a tough game.
All right. Well, good luck this Friday. And this is Haley Cassiati signing off. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Haley. Job well done with Coach Blankenship and talking about some other games going on around Western North Carolina tonight. Hayesville's playing over at Murphy. Of course, our Maroon Devils here at Rosman. Robbinsville is playing the Hickory Hawks down at Lenore-Rhine, so an interesting venue they're playing at tonight. And other games regarding teams that we played this year, for example, Brevard is playing at Franklin tonight. Hendersonville at Smoky Mountain, that's going to be an interesting game. Madison at Mitchell. Mitchell looks very strong. They're going to be a tough team to deal with when the playoffs come around. Cherokee is playing at Andrews here tonight, Coach. And as you mentioned, Rosman played Cherokee tough for a big part of that game last week.
Yeah, it was from what I understand and what I've read about it and whatnot, hard-fought battle. They were in it most all the game, and it just got away from them at the end. So they've got the materials to do it with, and they've got the players, and so we're here tonight to see what we can bring.
Hey, no question. Want to say thanks to our pregame sponsor, and that's Michael Watson at Farley Insurance. He always names the Farley Insurance Player of the Game and does a great job with that, and I know all our guys are out there going to be fighting hard tonight to try to win that award. Our banner sponsors as well, want to give a shout-out to them. James Ridgway, DMD, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Great Smokies Realty, Everett Street Diner, Great Smoky Mountains Winery and Brick Oven Pizza, Remax Awanasa, I probably said that wrong, Realty, also United Community Bank, Edward Jones, Rob Loafman Financial Advisor, First Citizens Bank, the great folks at McDonald's, Disaster Strategies and Ideas Group, Mountain Ford, Farley Insurance, as we mentioned, First Baptist Church, and our great friends at Pepsi Cola. So we appreciate all those folks for what they do for us and with us all season long here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to take one more 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to get the kickoff underway as we have a great one coming up tonight. Again, the air is probably going to be full of footballs as both teams put a lot of emphasis on the passing game. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we're just a few minutes away from kickoff. And, Coach, we were talking with some of our friends up here on the press box. Obviously, we still have a couple of guys banged up and not playing tonight. Seth Parker is still out. Big Jacob Langston not playing tonight as well. Holden Petty's still out. So, obviously, we'd love to see these guys come back as soon as they can, but they're not suited up for us tonight.
No, and it's a big loss. It really is for us.
Yeah.
Three very talented individuals that bring a lot to to the ball games and as far as leadership and what they do on the field, and be sorely missed tonight.
They really will. And of course, we were talking about Holden. Sometimes you're thinking about kickers and an underappreciated member of your football team. Of course, we're going to be splitting those duties that Holden normally has. We'll have Tanner Wiggins doing some of that kicking as well. Now some of our captains are coming out. One of those, of course, is Seth Parker, who's in his shorts and his jersey, number 84 down there with Brody Bowman. Also, Ice Littlejohn is down there, and Briar Yance down there, and the guys. So we're really proud of these captains.
Yeah, they've represented well this year, and they're going to have to. All of them are going to have to step up tonight and play not only a leadership role out there on the field, especially facing this aerial attack that Rosman's going to bring. But fatigue could be a big factor, and there's going to have to be a lot of talking between the defenders out there and what's happening to them and playing the different coverages they need to play to defend this thing.
Oh, no question. Also down there is William Paul, who's had a great season, another 3-year starter down there with Ice Littlejohn, another 3-year starter, getting ready for these Rosman Tigers. But talking about some of their offense, Coach, as we mentioned, they threw it around a whole lot here this year, and they're led by their junior quarterback, Luke Stewart. He's tall, 6'1", 185-pounder. He has thrown for 1,644 yards, 12 touchdowns on the season, and he has some good receivers out there. Dalen Thomas, a 6'3 kid, a senior. Again, good size on him at 6'3, and actually the number one receiver in Western North Carolina, Sam Chappell, who is 6'1 with 37 catches and 5 touchdowns, so they like to air it out.
Yeah, and they're good-looking players. They're athletes. You can tell they're lean, and you can tell they got great wheels under them. Haven't seen them play since last year. They're under new leadership now over here, new head coach, and he's brought this offense in here, and he feels like that he's got the people to run it.
You're right. Matt Stack, senior, of course, is the head coach here at Rosman High School. They're coming in 2-6 overall, 1-2 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. One of their leading defenders is another tough player, senior Jonathan Holliday, 6'2", 210-pounder, plays linebacker, leads Western North Carolina with 99 tackles on the year. So statistically, they have some really good things going on, and I know they'd like to translate that into another win or two here.
Yeah, having that many tackles for a young man at this time in the season, and being at the linebacker position, it's going to make it very difficult for us to be able to run the football. He's going to make it tough on us.
He really does. Talking about some of our statistical leaders, as we talked about, Run Gunner. He's our tackle leader with 83 on the season. Also, William Paul, 52 tackles on the year. Briar Yance, 40 tackles from his safety position back there. So, as we've said every Friday night, Coach, Briar Yance, one of the busiest guys on the field, playing defense and offense and special teams.
Yeah, he's a warrior, and he has been all along. With Parker out now, it's just the ball game's his. I mean, it really is. He's probably the biggest impact player. He and Brody, the two biggest impact players that we have on the field.
Well, I think you're right. He's getting ready to kick off. Of course, Tanner Wiggins is going to be handling the punting duties and some of the conversions. But Briar is such an impact player. He has 23 catches for over 400 yards on offense, 40 tackles on defense, 3 touchdowns. Now, again, he's handling the kickoff duties, and he's an exciting player. Reminds me a little bit of the kind of player Matthew Manley was. When the ball is in his hands, he has the capability to take it all the way.
Yeah, we saw it last week. He can change the course of a ball game in just a couple of plays. And so it's one of those things that if Rosman doesn't do a very good job of finding him and defending him, then they're in for a long night.
Oh, no doubt, as they're going to be wearing their black, solid black with orange numbers, solid black helmets. I'm Maroon Devils, of course, with maroon pants, white jerseys, and we're ready to kick it off here at Rosman High School. Friday the 13th in Transylvania County. Here's Briar's kickoff straight down the middle. Going to be taken at the 10-yard line. They hand it off. A little reverse action going on at the 25. Back out across the 27-yard line. Didn't fool a whole lot of folks, Coach, on that one, as bringing it back over there is going to be Trey Combs.
Yeah, they didn't fool anybody that time. They tried a little bit of reverse action like Coach Blankenship was talking about in the pregame show there. Some of the things they do, and they're going with no-huddle offense. Got all their people there, just spread them out, and they're going to make you defend the field.
Well, they do have 2 wide receivers that are tall, 1 wide on each side. And, of course, the quarterback at 6'1" in the backfield. Back there in that pistol, turns, fakes the handoff, throws that bubble screen out there on the right side, and it's going to be complete for a short gain at the 31-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down and 6 coming up. But, that is used so much in football anymore, Coach, that bubble screen out there where they throw it out to the wide receiver and get a couple of blockers.
That's it. And they try to throw the ball towards the line of scrimmage so it's not a fumble if he drops it. And it's a timing thing. You got to run it at practice. And here they got 3 receivers out here to the wide side of the field. We're in our wolf front. Going to run a fold play there that we've seen a whole lot of this year.
Boy, big Nick Millsaps up there helping out on the tackle. As we mentioned, Ice Littlejohn, Ren Gunner. So not much on that one, Coach. 3rd down and still almost 5 to go.
Yeah, they try to run that like an isolation by pulling the backside guard and a single back there. And it's just anybody that's ever been an offensive lineman, they call it a fold block.
Here we go, 3-man front for the Maroon Devils now. Right behind the line is going to be Ren Gunner, kind of running that thing in the middle. He and Ice Littlejohn, the 2 middle linebackers, if you will, and kind of a 3-4 set. 3rd down and 5. They're going to throw, fires, and it's going to be intercepted. Briar Yachts with the ball at the 31-yard line. That's the big play we've been talking about.
Yeah, he took a shot right in the chest right there as he came up with the football, and I believe it knocked the air out of him a little bit. He may have to take a breather. He got shocked right there, but he picked that one off just as clean as a whistle. He jumped right in the seam.
And he's holding his hand up. He needs to come out. He got hit right there in the midsection.
He doesn't have any air right now. He's got to get over and get stood up. And he took a shot right in the sternum. And anybody that's ever been hit with somebody running full speed and stick a helmet right in your sternum, that hurts.
Oh, yeah, that's no doubt about it, Coach. He's going to be out for a play or two. Here we come running to the left side on the first play from scrimmage. Only got a yard or two as, again, it's going to be our true freshman, Bryce Sane, running to the left.
Yeah, we put twins out there to the wide side of the field and trying to spread them out, trying to find a seam to the weak side of the offensive line. And here we're playing with the
got a couple of wideouts this time.
Yeah, got twins again into the boundary over here close to us. Probably looks like a veer play. It is.
Hand off straight ahead.
Yeah, that's an A-gap veer play. Just block everybody, but the first down lineman passed the football.
Ian Brooks this time on the carry, Coach. And we've seen that a lot the past 2 or 3 weeks. Is now coming in. It's going to be Hunter Burrell. Those running backs line up really close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the tighter they get, the quicker they get there. And anytime you see an even front, like Rosman's running a 4 front right now, you have a multitude of veer plays that you can run. And by finding the down lineman that's closest or the closest one to the football, either number 1 or number 2, then you down block everybody else.
Well, we got the jumbo package in there, everybody in tight, and it's going to be, looks like Ian on the carry again as we move the line of scrimmage for a couple of yards. Now it's going to bring up 4th down and 1 inside the 25. Big 4th down coming up.
Yeah, well, we went unbalanced. Looks like we're going to stay with the unbalanced package and went unbalanced and then traded the tackle and the tight end over. And Rosman made a pretty good adjustment right there by using their linebackers and making them defensive linemen as they saw it overloaded. And there we go again.
Here comes Nolan Brown in there along with Logan Loftus, all lined up on that right side. As you mentioned, on that unbalanced line. Rosman, a bunch of guys up on the line of scrimmage, and we got a penalty flag coming in.
Yeah, I believe we moved a little bit there. He was trying to check off there. He saw something over here on this side where they put their defensive lineman down inside. So this will bring up about 4th and 6 now.
Yeah.
So
4th and 6 so far here in the first quarter. 8:57 to play.
Got Briar coming back in now. He's got his air back and going to split him out wide. He took a shot there. That made me hurt all the way up here.
You're right. That had to hurt. Dylan McLeod over there lined up wide left. And over on the right side, we got the big guy, Zeke Bradley, all 6'6" of him. So 3 receivers and a couple of backs in there with Brody Bowman in the backfield on the snap. 4th down and 6. Brody has time. Firing right side. Got his man. Zeke at the 19-yard line. That's a first down. Sure and a good sliding catch over there by Zeke Bradley.
Yeah, we watched Zeke put on a mini show last week, and that's impressive. He's coming into his own, and he's doing everything he can to help this team win.
He really is, and he's a pretty good basketball player too.
Oh yeah, well, he should be at that height. I wouldn't want to try to guard him.
Oh, no doubt. And the good thing is Zeke is only a junior. He's got, of course, the rest of this year and another year coming back as a senior. And good player and good folks. Now we We may have a timeout here. We got going out of the lineup right now. Ren Gunner may have to have some equipment repair as he heads to the sideline, and coming back in is going to be Nolan Brown.
Yeah, something broke off his shoulder pad, I think, and they're making him go out to get that fixed. But we got Twins now out to the wide side of the field. No tight end in the game. Split over here and split backs.
So now under center is going to be Brody. Turns, fakes the handoff, tries to run that option, but Rosman cut him back inside for a gain of about 2 or 3 down to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Rosman went into a man coverage package right there, and he wanted to throw the slant. He does awful well rolling to his left, way better than most quarterbacks can do. And he wanted to take a shot right there, but he thought better of it. They had good coverage on us, so he just decided to cut the ball upfield and get what he could.
Coming back in now, Logan Loftus. Also coming in, looks like Cody Long coming in to join those guys up on the line of scrimmage. Hunter Burl in the backfield. Maroon Devils up on the line of scrimmage as they're about to run out of time. Hand off to the left side. I think the ball might have been loose, Coach, down near the 16-yard line.
It was. It laid on the ground there for a minute. We got a bad hookup on the veer there, and we ran it into the unbalanced side, and we ended up the ball on the ground. Nobody saw it, and the running back actually turned back around and fell on it.
So good job there. 3rd down and long coming up there. We need about 8.5 with 7:20 to play here in the first quarter. This time plenty of time on the play clock. Last time we had to hurry because it was down to about 2 seconds when the ball was snapped. This time everybody in tight again. The unbalanced line. And Brody rolling to the left side, looking. Zeke open in the end zone. If Brody can get some time, he's going to have to run to the left side as Zeke had a step on his man, and Brody's knocked down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, he was running full speed. He just couldn't get his shoulders around. He saw him break open. He just could not get his shoulders around quick enough to get that ball out and down the field. And so rather than risk a poor throw, he just went ahead and got what he could and brings us up with about fourth down and about 4.
So now coming back in also, we got some multiple players coming in as the players look to the sideline of the play call from offensive coordinator Jeff Mara. This time Zeke wide left, got Breyer wide right. Dylan McLeod, he goes in motion to the left side. He's going to line up in the slot over there, and he turns upfield. Brody rolling, going to run, got plenty of room down to the 10, down to the 5. It's going to bring up a 1st down and goal.
Yeah, that looked like it was almost designed. The back did a great job of kicking the outside rusher outside, not letting him break back into that inside. And Brady just pulled the ball down. He took one look downfield, pulled the ball down, and took off.
Good decision and a really good play there with now 6:10 to play in the first quarter. No score yet. This is the opening drive for either team. Maroon Devils now 3 wide, 2 backs behind Brody. He's under center. Brody turns. He's going to run to the left side, and he's in the end zone. Maroon Devil touchdown with 5:57 to play in the first quarter.
That's a great play right there. He read the defensive lineman, stuck the ball in the running back's belly. As the defensive end closed, he pulled it, stepped right outside of him, and busted it into the end zone.
Brody has good feet, doesn't he?
Oh, they're quick. You can't hardly see them, and that speed, I think it'll take a toll on Rosman before the night's over.
Here comes Tanner Wiggins now on for the point after touchdown. It's going to be up and good as he's kicking tonight for, again, the injured Holden Petty. Fans, we have one score on the board. It's 7-0 Maroon Devils. 5:57 to play. We'll be back after this 1-minute break on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Just ready to kick it off now as Briar Yount steps in. Straight down the middle. Here come the Rosman Tigers from the 9-yard line. They fake the handoff, coming right up the gut with plenty of room. Look out on the return. All the way out near midfield is the same guy who brought it back last time, and that's going to be Trey Combs. And, Coach, he didn't try anything fancy. He just busted it up the middle.
No, they trap blocked us in the middle right there, and when they actually brought the guys from the right-hand side over to the left-hand side, and as they crossed the field, he cut right in between them, and they just knocked the seam in there just like if it was a trap block at the line of scrimmage.
So now great field position, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Rosman, 3 wide. They turn and actually run on 1st down for 2 yards out to the 50, almost to the 49 of Maroon Devil territory with a 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, they ran a zone read play right there trying to see what our defensive linemen are going to do when they see down blocks.
Marcus Stamey is in the backfield behind their quarterback, who is, again, Luke Stewart. Luke this time with 4 wides, looks to the sideline for the play call. And this time one of the wideouts comes in and sets up on the right side in a wing. Maroon Devils now 5 men up on the defensive line of scrimmage. They run it again to the left side, but boy, not much there. Maybe half a yard. Good penetration by the front.
Excellent. They're playing on the line of scrimmage, man, and beating blocks at the line of scrimmage. They tried a full block with an isolation with that near back that was lined up behind the tackle on the other side. They pulled him and the guard from over there and tried to knock a seam in there, and it didn't happen.
Good tackle by William Paul. William Paul now lining up in the linebacker spot. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. They're going to throw. They throw it out, trying to get that screen out there to the wide receiver. Going to be a little too tall for him. And again, Thomas Collins just couldn't come down with the ball.
Yeah, they went empty then. They put the only back there in motion out behind the twin receivers and tried to throw him the ball in behind them so they could set up blocks. And but we were breaking on him right there, even if he'd have caught it. But it brings up 4th down for them now.
Coach, you're right. That bubble screen stuff takes so much timing, doesn't it?
It's got to be perfect, or it's not going to happen for you.
Here they go. Got one back in the pistol set now for the Rosman Tigers. 4th down and 6 to go. Here comes pressure, firing, and a crowd, and it's almost picked up by Briar Yount again. Coach, he had his hands on it for a moment.
He read that perfectly again. When that was a stop route. That was a deep stop route and a comeback. And when he saw that receiver plant his feet, Briar broke before the receiver did, and he should have had that one.
Looks
and
like
he knows it too.
He read the quarterback well, as now the ball goes back over to the Maroon Devils. That was 4th down for the Tigers, so we get it in great shape at our 48-yard line. 1st and 10 with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, we put twins into the boundary now, and one wide receiver out to the wide side of the field.
Briar Yount's wide. The pitch back to Bryce, and Rosman has it at the 41-yard line. That pitch never connected between Brody and Briar, and the Rosman Tigers coming up with a loose football on the recovery over there is Dalen Thomas, and it's Rosman football.
Yeah, I couldn't tell whether the back was too flat on his angle or whether the quarterback was late getting around with the ball, but the ball ended up behind him, and when he tried to reach back for it, he just batted the ball, and once it hit the ground, Rosman was all over it. So now Rosman,
get it back in good field position out there, 42.
Now they're across the 50, so it's anybody's game right here at this point.
3 down linemen up front for the Maroon Devils. They come out running again and again. Not much penetration down to the 41-yard line. Only a yard gain. And, Coach, our defensive interior not giving much.
Now, Coach Blankenship's playing a lot of that 3-man wolf front, we call it. And we started running that first time I think we ever did play that 3-man front was in 2001 in the state championship game. We had practiced it, but they forced us into it. Williamston did, and we ended up beating them playing out of that 3-man front.
Ren Gunner, a big part of that. He's right there in his middle linebacker spot. Right now, 2nd down and 9, Tigers. They have 3 wide over here on the left side, 1 wide to the right, and 1 back in there again. Behind number 7 here, quarterback. He's the trigger man. Luke Stewart turns, and we got a miss. We had a problem in the backfield. The quarterback turned to hand off. He went left, and the running back went right, Coach, and they were on a different page.
Yeah, they was on a different page there, and the quarterback ended up turning something pretty good in for him right there, getting positive yardage, and that's the kind of athlete he is. And, he knew he was in trouble, and he went right where the blocking was and picked up positive yardage. But now it brings him up to about a 3rd and 4.
Third down now, the Tigers at our 36-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter with a 7-0 Maroon Devil lead here on a cloudy but very warm night at Rosman High School. We got a whistle and going to have a timeout called by the Rosman Tigers. Stay tuned. We'll break as well. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Rosman with the football. Third down now. We got a penalty flag with 3:18 to play before the play really got going, Coach. So it looks like some movement over there.
Looks like they moved, but I'm not sure right here. Let's see what the head man has to say right here.
And the referee says false start on the offense, so that's going to back him up 5. So now it's going to bring up third down and about 9 to go with 3:17 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Rosman not changing a whole lot of personnel in and out right now. They're keeping the same people on the field. They swapped out some a minute ago to run the football, and then they changed their mind and called a timeout, went back with their original personnel.
Coach, they have 34 players on the roster. Our Maroon Devils 39, so we're about even as far as roster numbers go. Down the middle, wide open at the 20, at the 15. Still going at the 14-yard line. Again, a wide open receiver running down the middle. That's Trey Combs, number 3 on the catch.
Yeah, we bit on an outside route, and he ran the post back into the middle of the field, and he was running wide open.
And, Coach, now they're going to line up in a hurry. This is the hurry-up offense. They spread it out, twins on each side. Again, in the pistol set. Now the quarterback stops and looks to the sideline to get the play call.
Yeah, they want to get it in there and get it run as quickly as they can. That's their philosophy of this spread offense.
They hurry it up, 2:45 on the clock here. They come running straight ahead, right up the A-gap, and not much there. I tell you, having a good game tonight. Nolan Brown's been a busy guy.
Yeah, so far they've not been able to do anything with Nolan. He has absolutely stuffed that line of scrimmage, and he's getting his head in the right place, and he's big enough dude that any of them backs run up in there, he can stick an arm out, and they're coming down.
He's tough. Big Nick Millsaps to his right, so we've got some beef up front. Now again, as you mentioned, the Wolf package got 3 down linemen on defense, 2 linebackers right behind him. 2:10 to play first quarter. They throw it out. They fake it to the left side. Now they throw it for the corner of the end zone. Double coverage. This one's out of bounds anyways, where nobody could get to it. So that was kind of just a coverage throw.
It was. They were anticipating us jumping this bubble screen out here, and we didn't bite on it. We free safety and the corner both turned their shoulders, got to the back corner of the end zone where the cone is, and we were closer to the ball than their receiver. Good
job back there by the secondary. 2:02 to play now. And, of course, it stops every time there's an incomplete pass, and we're going to see a lot of that tonight as their quarterback, Luke Stewart, lines him up again. Trips over here on the left side. He looks to the right, now looks back to the left, looks over the middle, and overthrows his man down there. Number 2, Dylan Thomas, had a little bit of daylight, but the pass just not on target.
Yeah, that's the same basic. That's just a shorter version of the same play they ran out here in the middle of the field to pick up a big gainer. And he had to get rid of that ball quicker, but it was a post route by there's 3 receivers out here. The middle receiver runs a post, and when he breaks, if the safety doesn't see him, he's in behind him before he knows what's happened.
Here we go now, 4th down and 9. Of course, the Tigers going for it inside the 15-yard line. Got a man in motion over here to the left side. He stops and lines up with Trips on the left. Again, Stewart looking to the left all the way. Here comes pressure, and it goes down. He actually fell, but landing on top of him, and there is William Paul.
Yeah, we were putting the pressure on him. He felt it, too, and we came off the edge, and both edges in a blur right then. And that's great pressure on him, and he was trying to get out of there, lost his footing and went to the ground. So we get the ball right there close to the 20-yard line.
Well, Coach, nothing disrupts a passing game like a good pass rush.
Well, and when it's fourth down in a team against a team like this right here, you're pretty sure they're not going to try to run it at you. They're not having much success with it. So you can lay your ears back and get in a track stance and come off there.
1:52 to play. Our Maroon Devils now have stopped Rosman twice on fourth down. We're going to get the football back at the 22-yard line. And Rosman's still trying to get their defensive personnel on the field. Of course, as our Maroon Devils do, they have so many players, two platooning. As a matter of fact, their quarterback is right there at the middle linebacker spot.
Yeah, he's on D also. And
got a whistle going, and I think we might have moved early.
Well, that's a shame, too. Brody was fixing to break a big one off right here. He got on the edge in a hurry.
He did. False start. And again, just a little too quick off the draw with 1:49 to play in the first quarter. Again, our Maroon Devils in the lead 7-0. Last year, Coach, it was 35-15 over at our place over Rosman, but we're over at their place, and anytime you're on the road, it gets a little tougher.
Yeah, and then, like I said earlier, this is a tough place to win. Everything being equal, to win here in Rosman it's a difficult task. It's just these people are proud of what they've got here as we are of what we've got.
They are a small town, and they love their football. Here we go, running the opposite left side. Brody's in the secondary. He may score unless they catch him from behind. Brody, one man to beat, who has the angle, and he is not going to get him. He knocks him down, but he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Maroon Devils, and Coach, that's going to run about 78 yards.
It was beautiful. It was the exact same play we started to run over here before the whistle blew. They just switched it over to the other side. It's that simple. Just said, okay, we showed you that one, and it was there. So we're just going to flip everything over and run it to the other side. And Brody's a good going to his left as he is to his right. So that's all. He broke that one. It looked just exactly what it looked like over here.
He really did. An outstanding job here for Brody Bowman. And again, the only guy who really had a shot at him had to come way across the field. We thought he had the angle, but he caught him, but it was too late. Yeah, now for the point after, Tanner boots it up and in, and Tanner's getting under that football.
He's acting like he knows what he's doing, kicking that ball, and probably as little time as he's had to practice it. Right now, he's really having to practice it with no other kickers other for extra points and field goals right now. And he hit it right down the middle both times that he's kicked. So real proud of him. Real proud of him stepping up and taking on these duties.
He's doing a good job in the place of Holden Petty. Of course, we lose Holden on offense and defense. And, Coach, last week, kind of a short week for our guys to practice that kicking, but this week they've had, I guess, the whole week to kind of get ready, knowing Holden was not going to play with his injury. So it's good to see these guys doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, just pulling up the slack, and that doesn't happen much. You know, generally if you've got it's hard to have two kickers on a football team. It really is. You'll have somebody that may hack at it a little bit, but that's not a hack we're seeing right there. He's booting that thing.
He did a good job, and again, he got plenty of air under that football, kind of like a wedge in golf, if you will. He got that thing up in the air where they can't block it.
Right, and then same thing with Breyer here kicking off. He's put that ball down around the 10-yard line, and you can't ask for any better than that, just to step out there and start take over that role for Petty and do the things that they're doing out there. But that's kind of team spirit that's kind of existing right now with Swain.
Get the job done. Briar Yacht's number 3, and he's kicked it to their number 3 twice. That's Trey Combs, who had a good return last time, brought it out to midfield. So here we go again. Breyer is going to be kicking it. This time it's going to be their other return man.
Try to run that trap again. Here they come, right across.
He hands it off to 3.
Yeah.
And he's still going at the 30-yard line. And, Coach, every time now they've either handed it off or faked that handoff on the return.
Yeah, they like to keep you guessing back there. And a lot of times if you're running down the field, if you've seen it on film, you watch those front people as they drop, and when they start to cross, whichever way their head's facing, that's where that football's going. And so it takes some of the guesswork out, but still you're not sure when they're back there razzle-dazzling that thing around who's got that football.
Now it's going to be Thomas Collins in the backfield. He has 712 yards rushing on the season, 4 touchdowns, and a good receiver with 12 catches on the year as well. So Collins lined up right behind number 7, Luke Stewart, their quarterback. Stewart turns and hands off to him, and he runs over the right side. He's got a first down and a whole lot more. Cuts outside, down the sideline. Ryer Yance has an angle on him, and finally, Big Zeke comes down and knocks him down, but not before he gets to our 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's the best zone play they've run so far. And he actually stepped away, then he came back to where it was being blocked. And that's a decoy move that he did real well right then, and you see why he's got so many yards rushing when he can find that kind of seam.
He really is an outstanding player with the football, and he's only a sophomore, this Collins kid, and he is just having a great season running that football this year for the Rosman Tigers when they do run. Of course, they're kind of a pass-first team. Here comes a bubble screen again. They run it back inside of the 42-yard line. A nice gain on the play of 4 yards.
Yeah, you get the bubble screen again. Like you say, to them, it's just a long running play. They're just going to throw it out there and make it a long running play. But their ability to time that thing the way they did right then, and it makes it very dangerous.
Timing is so key to that. A lot of people call it a wide receiver screen out there where they get a couple of blockers and throw it out. Now here comes pressure again. The quarterback running, but Big Nick's got him, and boy, he just slams him down at the 50-yard line.
Well, Big Nick put the wrestling move on him right then.
He did.
He caught him from behind. Now, you don't see that happen very much when a big offensive lineman or defensive lineman like that can run. That quarterback saw him coming the whole time and tried to get away, and once Nick got a paw on him, it was over.
Well, it's like a big oak tree coming down with 6'7", 285 pounds.
That would hurt.
That would hurt.
Yeah.
Third down now. The Tigers need 13. This is the final play. Nope, they're not going to get it off. That was the final play a moment ago of the first quarter. We're going to swap ends of the field, and we'll come back. Our Maroon Devils on top, 14-0 after this 1-minute break on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as here we go to begin the second quarter. Rosman back with the football near that big tiger paw. Reminds me a little bit of Clemson coach Stephen Orange out there in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah. A lot of close ties.
Yeah.
Of course, anybody knows where Rosman is. It's pretty close to Clemson.
It is.
Just drop off the mountain here in Seneca, and you're there in just a minute.
So right now the Rosman Tigers looking at another fourth down. Now, so far tonight, we've stopped them twice on fourth down. This time, they were really in a hole. Fourth down, they need about 15.
They're going to punt this one, I think, Gary. At least they're in a punt formation.
Going to try to punt this one, and they do punt it away. Oh, we almost got a hand on it. High, good hang time, hits at the 21. Takes a Maroon Devil bounce, and it's going to be blown dead just outside the 20-yard line. So now our Maroon Devils get it back, Coach. And so far tonight, they've not been able to stop us.
No, and that's a good thing. We've got to continue the momentum through the rest of this half and then into the third quarter. And we really, really need that. Talked to Coach Blankenship some last week after the ball game about what had been the dreaded third quarter, and we played so well last week in the third quarter. That's been a point of emphasis for them, stressing to their players about coming out strong.
First down and 10 now. Brody hands off. Left side, Bryce Sane. Good run out to the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup. One other score at the end of the first quarter. Franklin leads Brevard 7-0 at the end of the fourth quarter in that ball game. So a lot of other games going on tonight, Coach. Of course, I tell you, tonight and the next 2 weeks are really big in conference play. Rosman tonight, Murphy next Friday, Robbinsville 2 weeks from tonight.
Exactly. It's going to be a tough road, but we're here to hoe it.
That's it. Got to play them one game at a time. Now at the 29-yard line. Split backs for the Maroon Devils. Twins on the left side. Brody's going to run the option. Runs to the left side. And he's up near the first down at the 34-yard line. Wow, he's very close from where the line judge is stepping it off here.
Yeah, look, that's the follow play that Coach Marr has been utilizing this year, and it's working worked pretty good right then, because that's the first time we've shown it to Rosman tonight, and able to get a first down out of it. And we needed that badly.
And we'd like to remind our fans, next Friday with Murphy coming to town, it's Maroon Friday. So fans, wear your maroon next Friday to the ball game at Swain County Memorial Stadium. Firing over on the right sideline. Breyer's there. Are they going to give it to him? Yeah,
Sure
at the 40, he got his arms under the ball.
Yeah, he went down and pulled that thing up underneath there. I'm glad we don't have replay, because they might want to look at that one again. But that side judge over there, or that should be, I call him the head linesman, he was right on top of it, and he said it's a catch.
Second down now. Breyer, a senior, with an outstanding year going on both sides of the ball, and again kicking off tonight as well. Hand off to the left side. Here comes Mr. Freshman down the left side. Bryce Sane in the secondary. It's a foot race, and are they going to catch him? Oh no, he is down to the goal line. Is he in?
He's got to be in.
Touchdown.
Yeah,
there we go.
There we are. Yeah.
Wow, that was close.
That was a big one right there, and that was just him reading the veer play. Good communication, good hookup between him and Brody, and he hit that thing just as quick as you want him to pop that line of scrimmage. And he did the smart thing. He stuck that inside foot in the ground, broke it outside immediately. As soon as he got into level 2, he's getting away from those level 3 players right away.
Man, he accelerates. Bryce Sane all the way for the touchdown. That one going, we'll get the official yardage later. 9:41, Tanneron coming up with a point after touchdown. Boots it high and in the air, and it's good again. He's 3 for 3.
He's right down the middle. You can't do it any better than that.
No doubt about it. 9:41 to play in the first half, friends. 21-0 Maroon Devils. We'll be back in 1 minute right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back live. Here we go. Breyer Yachts with a kickoff. He's been a busy man. This time we kick it high toward the sideline. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. We were trying maybe to run a little onside situation there, Coach, but trying to get to it, but it goes out of bounds on us.
Yeah, and player did, I don't know which player it was, he did a smart thing over there. That ball had gone 10 yards, and he realized he wasn't going to get to it before it went out of bounds. He slapped the ball into a Rosman player, and that of course, that would have made it, if the ball stayed in bounds, it was live after it went 10 yards anyway, and he tried his best to keep it in bounds, and so we could make a play on it. We just missed that one.
Yep, that was Cody Long over there wearing number 50 here tonight. Rosman now at the 35. First down and 10, but they're in a hole, 21-0. Got a man in motion, and we got a whistle before the play gets going.
Yeah, wide receiver out here, that's a no-no for a wide receiver. He jumped over here, and I'm sure that coach is going to give him an earful about that. Receivers are supposed to be watching that football, and they don't move till that ball does, but I think he was listening to that snap count.
False start on Rosman. They're going to be backing up 5. But, Coach, it's been an interesting situation. We have 21 points on the board. 2 huge plays. Brody ran it about 78 yards. Bryce had it well over 50 on that last play. So, big plays here tonight.
Well, I'm seeing a different energy in this team. Yeah. Wow, what a shot.
Talk about energy. There's big shot.
Energy. Yeah, that was a lick right there. That was a form tackle, and you don't get many of them as a football player, but that was a perfect form tackle.
That was Hunter Burrell coming over there over number 20, and he nailed him right in the chest.
Yeah, he did. He tackled him the way you're supposed to tackle him, and when you see a running back going backwards after he's run up into the line of scrimmage and going on to his back with a defender on top of him. That's pretty much a form tackle right there.
Outstanding job. Now we have an official timeout on the field, and we'd like to remind everybody that our next game is coming up. As we mentioned, next Friday. It's going to be a huge one at Swain County Memorial Stadium. Murphy will be in town. It's going to be Maroon Friday. Murphy, the preseason favorite, according to the early season coaches poll. Then the following Friday, 2 weeks from tonight, we go on the road again at Robbinsville. And everybody knows about the Black Knights. That's going to be a tough one. Then the final night of the regular season, November 3rd, the Gladiators from over near Asheville will be coming to Swain County. And that will be parent night. So parents, hey, get your plans down. Be ready to go.
Yeah. And like we were saying earlier, right now, for whatever reason, and it may be, I understand that, over the past few weeks, some players had decided they didn't want to play anymore with a maroon helmet on. And a lot of times, at first, it kind of, as a coach, that bothers you. But the energy level is different with this team right now. And it started last week. It was just an entirely different approach that they're taking, and it looks like they're enjoying more being out there as teammates playing, and we're not playing well all the time, but you can tell right now they know what they're. You don't see many missed alignments or assignments or anything else.
Well, you're right. There's a good energy. Here comes the quarterback rolling to the right side, throwing down this side. Oh, he got his man, but I think he's out of bounds.
Yeah. He was juggling that as he went out.
He sure was, and that's a pretty good target over there. That's number 2, Dylan Thomas, the 6'3 senior. Had his hands on it, but not possession until he was out of bounds.
Yeah, good pursuit angles right there by the whole defense. If he had caught the ball, I don't think he would have gained much yardage after the reception.
You said it right now. 3rd down now. The Rosman Tigers so far not much success against this bunch of Devils on defense. Again, that Wolf package, as you mentioned, 3 men up front. Kind of got almost a 4 linebacker look right behind him, rolling to the right side. The quarterback again throwing the same thing. This one is going to be knocked away. What a play over there by Dylan McLeod at the last second. Knocked it out of his hands.
Literally, he went up above and picked that ball out of his hands, all of them in the air. And Dylan, he got higher. He went up even further and got that football. That was excellent.
Because that was basically a catch, and at the last second, Dylan stripped it away.
Yeah, it was perfect. You can't defend it coming from behind any better than that.
Outstanding timing over there by Dylan McLeod, another one of our seniors. We have 16 of them on this team. Now 4th down and 13. Rosman's going to punt it back to the Maroon Devils, and Briar Yance is going to be back deep. Last time we almost blocked it. Here we come right up the middle. Another big rush. Boy, he hangs it high. This one angled toward the sideline, though, and it's going to be going out of bounds at the 43, 44-yard line. Great field position here, Coach. And, again, huge pressure up front.
Yeah, we should have blocked it, but, I mean, it's a timing thing.
It is.
And we're coming free off those edges every time. As a matter of fact, we're about running into each other right in front of the punter, but they're taking good angles sooner or later. If Rosman keeps punting just like last week, we'll probably get a hand on them, one of those.
You're right. And as you know, punters, if they keep seeing that pressure, wow, any little hesitation, and they're in trouble.
Yeah, it gets entertaining then because you don't know what a punter's going to do with it back there in that situation.
Here we go. Maroon Devils 1st down and 10 at the 45. Brody drops it, picks it up, rolls, tries to get out of trouble, rolls to the left side, trying to pop it outside again. He's in positive yardage. 1st down at the 40. What a play after the ball was on the ground by Brody Bowman.
Yeah, he just dropped the football, and he turned something great in afterwards, but that ball was laying on the ground there, and when he turned around and picked it up, he was in trouble, and he weaved his way through there and came out of that.
Wow, from our 45 all the way to the Rosman 37-yard line, an 18-yard pickup on a fumbled snap. That is quick thinking and quick feet. Brody Bowman now got the strong side left this time. Split backs, twins on the right side. He hands off. No, he's going to fake the handoff and run it himself down to the 33-yard line for another 4-5-yard gain.
Yeah, we tried to single block that and just try to put them in a situation where the linebacker was going to have to take the dive back, and Brody kept it to try to beat him on the corner, and we just didn't get him enough out of it.
Now Brody gets the play call in again from Coach Jeff Marr on the sideline. 8:28 to play, second quarter. Maroon Devils with a 21-0 lead and driving again on the Rosman Tigers. 2nd down now. We still need about 6, almost 7. Brody, straight trot, has time, fires down the middle. Oh, and it's knocked up in the air. Boy, Zeke was open right down the middle, but their safety came in there and slapped it away.
Yeah, he got his hands on it, but Zeke was running wide open on the post route there. And the safety did a great job breaking on the football right then and getting his hands on it.
He really did. Just made a good play. And for just a split second there, Coach, you thought it was going to be 6. But he got in there just in time. So now, Maroon Devils with Brody under center, 8:13. Clock stopped, of course, as we mentioned. Probably going to be a long game, a lot of passing. Split backs again, Twins on the right. Brody, he's in trouble, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Coming in there is number 2, Dylan Thomas, with a big sack right there at the 35.
Yeah, they gambled right then, Rosman did, on him keeping that football, and they guessed right. And probably make them pay with that for here in just a minute, because here comes Bryce back in now too. So if they're going to play that kind of game, Brody will make them pay shortly.
So now Bryce back in. He's going to be in the backfield along with Brody Bowman. Also in there, Hunter Burrell. They're going to be split right behind Brody, who's under center again. This time, got a man in motion. That's going to be Bryce Sane. Brody rolling. Pressure, firing. It's going to be underthrown. I think it almost looks like something hit his hand, or maybe he hit somebody.
I think he did. He got hit right as he was trying to release that football, and I believe his arm came down over a helmet or something. That ball died in between 2 receivers, and it just kind of fell to the ground out there. Hope he didn't hurt his arm, because that can happen. That happens a lot to quarterbacks throwing the ball and helmets going everywhere, and your hand comes right down on top of one of them.
Yeah, he was in a lot of traffic there. Now Rosman with the football on our 4th down. They got a penalty flag now, and somebody's going to be offside. No, for sideline warning against our Maroon Devils sideline. First time it's a warning. And the second time they mark off some yards.
Yeah, officials, they get upset with you when you crowd them over there a little bit. But
they want their space, don't they?
Well, sometimes you don't even know where you're standing. I've caught myself between the numbers and the hash mark many times watching the football game.
This time, Rosman runs to the right side. They got some room out here. Nice move by the running back. He's in the secondary. Look out. Now it's a foot race, and Tanner Wiggins comes up. Can't get the tackle, but coming up with a touchdown-saving tackle is Briar Yance down at the 8-yard line. But, Coach, their running back just made a good move at the line of scrimmage and broke open.
Zone read again, and he did. He waited for the blocking to develop, and we took a side, and he cut right back inside of us and broke it loose.
That's Thomas Collins, the sophomore we were talking about, 5'10", 160 pounds, 712 yards rushing coming in. Again, good back, especially for a sophomore.
Yeah, he did a great job running that zone read then. He understood what he was going to be looking at. Looks like they're going to pull a lineman right here. There we go.
Got a fumble snap, and they get on it, but they're going to lose about 5 yards. So, again, the quarterback never really got the ball.
Yeah, they were going to try that trap lead play again, and mishandled the ball right there and didn't get the play off.
So now the line of scrimmage is going to be back at the 13-yard line. 6:49 to play in the second quarter. Rosman in the red zone for the first time tonight as they split Twins on each side. Quarterback looks to the sideline. He's going to line up in the pistol with Collins, the back, right behind him. Maroon Devils, 6 guys up in the box. They fake one way, throw the other way, and down to the 5 and into the end zone is going to be Dylan Thomas. And, Coach, that was just a very good execution for Rosman.
Yeah, they faked the bubble screen to one side, and he whirled back around and threw it to the other side. We didn't do a real good job tackling right there. We had a couple angles on him, and we just didn't break quick enough and ended up reaching for him with our arms, and he gets in the end zone.
So now Rosman on the board for the first time at the 6:25 mark here in the first half. Coming on to kick now is going to be Peyton McCall. He boots it up, and it's going to be good. So now with 6:25 to play before halftime, it's a 21-7 Maroon Devil lead. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Bryce Sane, the lone deep man to return the kickoff here after Rosman put their first points of the night on the board. This one is going to be kicked toward the sideline, though, and it's going to be hitting one of our players. Ball is loose, and we get on it, though, at the 33-yard line. And, Coach, that was a smart play because I think Rosman was looking for a loose football.
They were. They got a speedster out here on the outside, and they kicked it into that area, that zone right there, so he can try to run past these front line of people and get to that football before we got a chance to field it. And it took a funny hop on us right there, but we were able to get on the ball. But that's a breath. Ooh, that's a breath taker right there. That's scary. They wanted to get that ball back and get another one on the board here.
I think Ian Brooks over there was the Maroon Devil on the football. First down and 10 now at our 34. Split backs again. Twins on the left side. Brody's going to run the option. Runs to the left side. He has a first down out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of freeze option action right there. Literally, you block it for the quarterback to be able to run that ball up inside where your normal veer lane is. And you decoy with the back, and he pulls the ball and turns it up right where the veer block is.
Outstanding play. First down now. Maroon Devils again have not been stopped. Here tonight we have scored, I believe, on every possession. Except for one.
Except one. Yep. There we go. Down. There's the veer.
Here comes another good run and breaking a tackle down inside the 40-yard line. It's going to be Ian Brooks with a good run again.
Yeah, Ian hit that just as quick as Bryce did a minute ago. Now, that was a true veer play, and quarterback read it perfectly, handed that ball off, and positive yardage going north and south.
This time we got our receivers over there on the right side, Briar Yachts and Big Zeke over there. Number 17, wide right. Everybody else should be in tight with split backs right behind Brody Bowman. And here we go. This time, got the tight end lined up on the right side. Strong side right. We run to that side. Here comes Ian again with another good run, and looks like another first down.
Yeah, we're kind of picking on their scheme over there right now. They took a chance a minute ago, and they were gambling with their quarterback, and now it's just a matter of once he sees that veer block is down and made, he's just handing the football off, and the backs are hitting it right where they need to and quickly and coming right off that down block.
Lyman up front doing a good job. Again, we flip over to the right side. William Paul. We run straight up the A-gap this time, though, with Ian Brooks, number 33, a sophomore running back, doing a good job tonight.
Yeah, that's some of the midline right there. That's that first man past the football deal right there. You're reading him. He's unblocked. You're going to block everybody outside of him and inside of him. You're going to leave him standing, and it's right beside the quarterback. He's going to be within A gap or B gap right there, so it's real tight on that midline is.
Second down, we still need 4:45 to play here in quarter number 2 with a 21-7 lead. Same set again. Oh, we might have moved a little early, but no flag on the right side. And we got a loose football, and is it going to be Rosman's? They think so, and I believe the official says it is, Coach. So, again, just drop that ball on the ground.
Yeah, we're doing that too much right now, and we don't need to let these people get back in this thing. We got them where we want them. We just can't allow them now to drive the football down the field or big play us. And there again, it's on that hookup. I think we were attempting to base block the option that time and single block it, and they got a helmet in there and stuck it.
This time a little different look up front. 4 linemen on the defensive front with 4.5 to play, and we got a whistle down, so we're kind of shifting the defense around.
Yeah, I'm not sure who jumped that time. I think it's on the
the offense.
Yeah.
False start again.
We'll
they're going to back up 5.
We can get.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep them as far away from this end zone as possible.
You know, it's hard to believe it's so cloudy over here at Rosman in Transylvania County, but no rain tonight. It's mid-October and still just so warm.
Yeah, come to Rosman and it's just cloudy. You expect it to rain.
That's it. Got a man in motion right side. Here they go on that jet sweep. This time he's going to throw it. Halfback pass is going to be underthrown, and we got it. Tanner Wiggins intercepted it at the 39-yard line.
Tanner was not fooled. They ran a jet sweep pass out of that thing, and when the receiver tried to act like he was stalk blocking him and broke, Tanner turned his shoulders and turned the jets on, and he ran step for step with him, and then was able to break back on the football, underthrown ball, and pick it off.
Good play by Tanner Wiggins. You know, Coach, we haven't seen that a whole lot this year where they run that jet sweep, and then all of a sudden that guy stops and wants to throw it.
Yeah, it's part of that spread package, though. If you're going to it's part of that offense that came out of places like West Virginia, and some of the other schools that started running this thing way back 10 years ago or so. And kind of perfected the thing, and so they were able to put a whole lot into it.
Here comes Brody, pitches it out to the left side, ball on the ground again. Hunter Burrell gets on it at the 32-yard line, so we're going to keep the ball. I tell you, another team that ran it pretty well with Armani Edwards at quarterback was Appalachian State.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of that went on up there. I went up there and watched that too, and it's the exact same thing. And those offenses are fast and they're very high paced and timing oriented, and they've got all of them got trick plays.
And boy, I tell you, not too many people could run it as good as Armani Edwards could back in the day.
No, he put on a show, man.
He was amazing.
Of course, it led him to a national championship too.
Yes, indeed. Second down now. Brody straight drop. Has time. Fires right side too high. Oh, and our receiver just got hammered again down there. Dylan McLeod didn't see that safety back there, and boy, he got stuck, looks like right in the ribs.
He did, and I don't understand why there wasn't a call on that, because he saw the receiver coming and stuck his helmet right in his gut.
He did.
And the ball was overthrown to some degree, and he just leveled him.
Boy, he did. That had to hurt, because I don't think Dylan saw that safety back there. On to help him out is our certified athletic trainer, Kerry Powell, who is so good, but man, that just hurt all the way up here.
Yeah, man, that's 2 licks tonight right in the sternum and the midsection right there. That was when the defender broke back on. I mean, he just pulled up and let the receiver run right into his helmet.
He sure did. Fans, while they attend to Dylan, we hope he's going to be okay. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in 1 minute right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back after the injury timeout. We believe Holden Petty is going to be okay. He was down a few minutes, and Coach, just like we saw earlier with Breyer, probably got his wind knocked out.
Yeah, he got leveled right there in his belly. Here we got a pitch pass going on, and Breyer pulls it down and takes off with it. Good move.
He's still going. Boy, Breyer's hard to bring down all the way out to the 39-yard line. Picked up about 6 or 7 on that play.
Yeah, bring this up to it'll be 4th and 10, though. I think we'll probably be punting this one away down here in this kind of field position. But he intended to throw the ball, and they covered us pretty good out there on that outside edge. And so he just did the smart thing and pulled it down, tried to get what he could get, try to break something loose.
As we mentioned, Holden Petty still not able to play tonight. Tanner Wiggins is on, does a smart thing, counts all his players, makes sure everybody's here. Their guy, Trey Combs, has been their #1 return man all night, is back deep. Tanner, low snap on the ground, picks it up. Nice punt by Tanner. Combs is going to watch it hit, and it's going to take a Maroon Devil roll and still roll all the way down to the 15-yard line. Nice job by Tanner.
Excellent punt. He drove the ball down the field, and it was it had enough altitude on it, enough height to where we had it covered, and the return man realized it. If he tried to catch that football and didn't try to fair catch it, then he might get leveled right there.
You know, with the exception of one pretty good run back by Rosman, Coach, we've had some good special teams play tonight.
Yeah, all year long, really, with the exception of the start of the second half in the Cherokee game. Our special teams has carried us a lot of times, but it's all it takes is one slip up.
Boy, you're right. 21-7 here. Rosman with the ball back. And another whistle. They probably are moving a little bit early. Yep. Looks like Rosman's going to back up 5 with another. Oh, wait a minute. Now they're going to say we're offside. Oh, no, this is the sideline thing again. That's the second one.
Yeah, I believe that something was going on over there, and Coach Blankenship was trying to bring their attention to it, and the official got rattled a little bit and had to put his flag on the ground. There's just some of them that's that way.
Yep, first down and 5 now. Rosman lines up again, kind of a wing on the left side. Quarterback turns and hands off to that good sophomore running back, but he's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, actually lost a yard back at the 20-yard line, coming in. Great penetration in there. Ice Little John and crew.
Yeah, it's a lead isolation play right there. They were going to try to kick out and run up in there with that extra running back that's lined up behind the tackle. And they won't be able to do it this time. They may run the zone play, or they're going to attempt to throw this one because he's not lined up in there tight.
2:25 and counting before halftime. Maroon Devils 4 men up on the defensive line. Quarterback looks to the sideline for the play call and calls it out. Got those plays on his wristband. 2:15, here he goes, looking to the right side, rolling. He's going to tuck it and run. Still trying to throw, but he throws it out of bounds. He was hit from behind and just had to get rid of that football. Great work back there by big Logan Loftus.
Yeah, we was pouring in on him from the backside. He felt the pressure. He heard the footsteps coming, and he did a smart thing by throwing the football, not having to eat that yardage.
I tell you, Logan's one of those underappreciated guys. He plays on the offensive line, the defensive line. He's a big kid at 6'4", 225 or so, and he gets around.
Yeah, he right then he had his motor really running because he was running him down from behind like he meant to do it.
He did. He got him. They fake to the right. They throw to the left, and they can't get that bubble screen going this time. Well, they had the blockers out there, too, and just couldn't pull the ball in.
Yeah, same play they scored on a minute ago. Just ran it to the other side, trying to fake the bubble screen one way, throw it back to the wide side of the field and get him open out there, and hit him right in the hands, and the receiver dropped it.
Yeah, they really had that. Everything great but the catch.
Right.
Now they're going to have to punt it away again. Our Maroon Devil defense doing a good job. 4th down, they actually backed them up, so now it's 4th down at about 7 with 2 minutes to play before halftime, and Big Briar Yacht's back to return the punt.
We may play this one a little bit safer with 2 minutes left. I don't know how much pressure. It looks like we're only going to rush 4, but they're still not blocking us very well.
Still good penetration. Nice punt. Going to take a Rosman roll, and that oblong football goes all the way down to about the 36-yard line, where we'll have it with just under 2 minutes to go here, Coach, before halftime. They got that clock still running. Now they stop it. And we'll have it with 1:50 left. But so far it's been a good night on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, for the Maroon and White.
Yeah, I'd really like to see us get the ball. We only got 1:50 seconds. We should be closer to 2 minutes. But like you said, they chose to let that clock run off.
Well, they did.
I threatened to be down there running it for them before the ball game, so I may go down there and help them out.
This time flipping over to the right side, we got William Paul again. Strong side right, 1st down and 10. Brody hands off. Nice run by Ian Brooks over there for 5 yards. But, I tell you, that clock plays an important part of the game, doesn't it?
Well, especially when you got the ball with that little time left in the half, and you can really help your calls out right here by putting another one in the end zone. Hopefully we're going to go for broke right here.
Brody fires it. Here's Big Zeke down to the 40, 35, still running strong.
Out of bounds. Finally, boy.
That's a good play down to their 30.
Zeke did a very smart thing right there. Although it's going to be a 1st down, he went ahead and ran. Once he realized he was going to be tackled, he got his body out of bounds, and the clock won't start now until the snap.
Smart play by Zeke. Now, they're saying run the clock. That can't be right. He ran out of bounds.
He was out of bounds.
Guys. Now they realize what they did wrong.
Yeah.
They need to put 3 seconds back on the clock. Let's see if they'll do it.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say a bad word right then. I almost did. That drives me nuts there. He's wearing a white hat out there. He's supposed to know.
And wait, and
he's the one that started the clock.
Yeah, started the clock, and I'm like, wait, you can't start it. He went out of bounds. It's not like he was in bounds.
And the official gave him the signal over there that he was out of bounds. So
he sure did.
I don't know why he started that clock.
We need at least 3 seconds back there. They got it. Yep. Okay, they put it back. So they caught what they did wrong, but boy, that 3 seconds could be big. That's another play.
Exactly, and at least he did correct his mistake, and I'm glad of that.
So now, first down, Maroon Devils at the Rosman 32-yard line. First down and 10, a minute 19 to go. Brody hands off. Not much room on that left side for Bryce.
No, that was a little wider than what Bryce thought it was going to be, and he ran it in there a little bit tight, and by the time he was able to get to the seam, they'd closed on him and took him.
So now we're going to have a timeout on the field, a minute 13 to play. I guess we'll keep it right here as we're getting closer to halftime. Not sure how many timeouts are left for each team, as there's no place on the clock for that. But, again, Maroon Devils with a solid first half, 21 on the board, and driving for what could be point number 28 before halftime.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get this one. It really, really would. It would help our cause, especially in with this type of offense, they can score on any given play simply because they've got you. They don't call it the spread offense for no reason. They spread you literally from sideline to sideline, and you got to defend the entire field, as you can see with these bubble screens and then them trying to run the football up in there and having some success with it.
Yeah, their offense is scary. They have some good skill people.
Oh, that's it. And you know, it's like any offense. If you've got the right people in the right places, then you can make some things happen. And we know last week they were able to score points on Cherokee. Not at will, but they were able to put points on the board and in a hurry, too.
They did. They gave him a fit. Brody Bowman back to throw. Throwing down the left side. Yep. Zeke is there. Got it.
Zeke.
Good catch down at the 10-yard line. First down, Maroon Devils with 1:07 to play now.
Unbelievable concentration. He knew that defender was coming wide open, and he did not flinch. He caught that football in his hands just like he's coached to do, pulled it into his chest, wrapped it up, and got tackled right there.
So now first down and goal. The sticks won't move. First down and goal from the 10. Hand off to the right side as Brody tries to run over there. But Rosman, pretty good penetration for a short, about a yard, almost 2 yards on the game.
Yeah, we call a timeout right there. Brody wishes he had that one back. He would have kept that one. They're playing games out there about who's taking the dive and who's taking the quarterback. And Brody just misread that one right there.
Oh, no doubt. Talking about some upcoming games for our Maroon Devils, our Lady Devils volleyball team is going to be playing at Cherokee on Monday. And then on Tuesday, their final regular season game is going to be at Murphy. And that's going to be a classic matchup. Murphy is undefeated in volleyball this year, and that's going to be senior night at Murphy. So, you know, that gym is going to be, you know, wild and crazy as our Maroon Devil ladies gave Murphy their best test of the season when they came to Swain, playing 5 games and forcing a really good volleyball team right to the wire. And, of course, next week we got Murphy coming to Swain County Memorial Stadium in football for Maroon Friday, and that's always a huge conference game, and this year is no different.
Yeah, anytime Swain and Murphy match up in anything, I swear if we were shooting marbles, it would be a checkers championship, something. Man, it would be on.
Oh, it's big. It's going to be, that volleyball game is going to be crazy over there on Tuesday. Then we got Murphy coming to our place for football on Friday. Brody rolling to the right side. Oh, and he's hit in the backfield. Hey, he had no chance to do anything. Coming up was Dalen Thomas over there. He was blitzing all the way. Yeah, we misblocked that tremendously. We had 3 receivers out there to that side of the field, and we tried to block everything inside. And outside edge rusher, he just came off the edge and blew us up, blew Brody up before he could even get his wheels going. Couldn't get going, and that's going to be our final timeout, I believe, as we have 46 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Well, more importantly, too, we've only got 2 downs to do this, and so it's probably 2 shots in the end zone unless we try to throw the ball out here wide, maybe even run a play and then throw the football, not leaving them much time left on the clock.
Here you go.
Because with their offense, if we turn it over to them on downs, even down here, as wide open as they like to play and as much razzle-dazzle they have in their offense, they can score on us quickly.
And the way they spread the field, Coach, a lot of times when they spread it out, you don't have many shots at a wide receiver.
No, you don't. You really don't. And especially they're out there in all that grass and they're as athletic as they are. And they're going to do pretty much the same thing right here. They're going to come off this edge over here now.
Third down. Brody to throw. End zone. Timing pattern. Breyer's got it. Touchdown. Perfectly thrown ball.
You couldn't draw that up any better. That was absolutely gorgeous. Brody put that thing in a trash can from midfield, and Breyer did exactly what he's coached to do. He checked the corner there. He knew exactly where his feet were. He reached up, went to the high point of the ball, came back down with it, and had both feet still in bounds.
You know, and double coverage over there too, Coach. Two guys right in front of him.
Yeah, it was just
perfect.
It was excellent. I mean,
wow.
Brody put that ball the only place that Breyer could have gotten it, and that was right there.
Tanner Wiggins puts it up and in. Good job over there by Breyer getting that snap down for Tanner. 38 seconds to play. We'll break down the line, and we'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Yes.
Fans, welcome back. Breyer Yount's going to kick it toward the sideline. Keeping it out of the hands of their dangerous return man. Here they come back from the 30, out to the 35, 40. And the Tigers will have it there, but only 34 seconds to do anything with it before the halftime buzzer will sound. And I'm Maroon Devils with a big momentum touchdown right before the half, Coach, at 28-7.
I believe we got the football too, Gary. Irregardless.
Wow.
Yeah, it's our ball.
The last man coming up on the bottom of the pile was Ice Littlejohn. And, give the official signal our way. Now, the head referee has it. They're going to have a committee decision here, Coach, and sometimes that can be good and sometimes not.
Right. Going back to that touchdown play, though, that was a heck of a call by Coach Marr right there. And Brody's got a lot of confidence in that route because that's all time. The receiver isn't even close to being there when the quarterback has to turn that ball loose. Now they're going to give it back to him.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. When the referee didn't signal our way, they had a meeting and the vote went against us. So anyway, 28-7. Rosman has the ball back. 34 seconds to play before halftime. Maroon Devils now got a couple of guys back deep here. Breyer Yount's right up the middle over here on this side. It's going to be Dylan McLeod. And they're going to run it to that left side. And we have good penetration up front by the lineman. Good job by Nolan Brown over there. And also William Paul.
He's going to call another play right here with the clock running. So I would anticipate if they do get lined up right here in time. And he's going to throw it up. Well, they got trips into the short side of the field and a single receiver out here to the wide side. I see Breyer backing up. That's a smart thing to do.
Quarterback throwing it right down the middle. He's got it in traffic, and he's going to be stopped at the 40-yard line. That's going to be the final play of the first half.
That's right.
It's well executed, but we covered it well with Ian Brooks and company back there.
Yeah, that was that trip set again, that inside middle receiver running that post route, and he just got started on the post. Now we got a flag on the play, and if it's a defensive penalty against us, I don't know exactly what it would be, then they've got another play.
They were talking over there momentarily with William Paul. Not sure what they were talking about, but our defense is coming back onto the field, and I think we may have one more play,
Coach.
Coach.
Roughing the passer or something. I didn't see it after the balls.
Yeah, we were looking downfield where the ball was, and I believe that's going to be the call. According to the way the referee has got his arms up in the air there.
I'm not real sure what
there it is.
Other officials doing with the football.
Yep, roughing the passer. So that's going to bring up. They had a first down anyway with the pass complete, but now it's going to be interesting. Well, the clock should not have any time.
Where is 48.1 seconds at?
I don't know, but that can't be right. Now they got it at 0.
Okay,
that's what it should be because it ran out when they tackled him down here at the 40.
It's just a free play.
Yep, free play, no time at all. So they've got one shot at the end zone, and they're going to bring in 3 wide on the left side. And now they're going to, and that's the short side of the field here, Coach. Going to be an interesting set, kind of like what they had a moment ago.
Yeah, they're going for a jump ball. And
so our guy's Big Zeke back here. He's a good guy for a jump ball at 6'6", as he's going to be over there in that corner. Breyer's going to be in the middle. Ian Brooks over here along with Dylan McLeod on the left.
Yeah.
And now Brody Bowman is actually going to come on and play some safety.
Well, they're going with the 3 safety look, which they should. That's a good idea. That's a smart move on Coach Blankenship's part.
Yep.
And I don't know what the discussion is now by the by the officials. I'm still not understanding why the ball is where it's at. That ball shouldn't be anywhere close to there. That's where the reception was made and the time ran out. The penalty is back here, and it's got to be marked from back here. And so now maybe they're doing something. They're moving the football anyway. I thought they was going to let them snap it from right there.
Yeah. So it looks like they're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage, which was the 41-yard line of Rosman. And now they'll mark the penalty off.
They've got me confused now. I'm not real sure.
Should be up here at about the 44, 45-yard line, I think. There we go, 45.
Well, they've walked that poor football to death. Yeah.
We can put some more air in it before we can play the second half.
Yeah, they've wore the football out, just up down now. Now Coach's going to call timeout for Rosman. He's going to try to set up a jump ball play into the end zone.
And, Coach, as we've said coming in, as Coach Blankenship said, talking there with Haley Cassiati, they're known for running those trick plays, so they got a lot of stuff to throw at you.
And I'm sure they've got several of them, and he's going to try to set something up. But hopefully we can keep them out of the end zone on this free play right here. And
we have some good athletes
still go in with a lead.
With Breyer back there, Brody, and, of course, big 6'6" Zeke. So we have some pretty good jump ball people back there in the secondary.
Yeah, Coach Blankenship, I think he'll go with a quicker front defensive line right here and put some skilled people back there deep to where they can have a chance to go up. We used to play a quarters coverage here, and I believe that's exactly what Coach Blankenship's doing. And basically what you end up with is you're playing 4 deep, and it's not as much a prevent as what you think, but it ends up being that you're going to stay in a zone coverage on a quarter of the field no matter where they put their receivers, because you don't know where they're coming from.
Now 3 of them lined up. Here's a jump ball left side, and there's Big Zeke. He intercepts it here, and he's going to run it out of bounds. And it's hard to throw over a 6'6" guy.
Yeah, Zeke did a smart thing right there, too, because if he starts back up the field with that ball and somebody knocks that ball out of his hands and Rosman picks it up and scores, you'd never forgive yourself.
Right.
So he got over there, he got upfield, saw a place, and got out of bounds.
Smart play, and that's the way the first half ends here at Rosman High School. Stay tuned. We'll come back and bring you some other scores from Western North Carolina High School football. But our scores, Swain 28, Rosman 7. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout right here, and we'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Looking at some other scores. Of course, our score here tonight at Rosman. Our Maroon Devils on top with a nice lead at 28-7, but a wide open kind of a ball game here. Toby, I have a few scores, and we can trade scores here and see what we have. But Cherokee leading Andrews 20-6 at halftime is what I have, and also Smoky Mountain, I think, leading Hendersonville. Leading Hendersonville 21-10 right now. So Smoky Mountain having a pretty good ball game there. Then now we got an update. It's Smoky leading Hendersonville 28-24 just before halftime. But you may have more scores.
Well, Murphy's up on Hayesville 28-14. We had that 14-14 at the end of the first. So Murphy got busy in the second quarter and scored 2 touchdowns. We had at one point a score reported on Robbinsville and the Hickory Hawks, which is a homeschool team, but that score has vanished from score stream, and now it's listed as 0-0. So we'll assume it's 0-0 or nobody's reported yet on that one with the Knights. They're in Hickory tonight playing that one. I'm not sure where with the homeschool team that game will be. But
actually, they're playing at Lenore-Ryan.
There you go.
So I read that somewhere, or I just had that fall out of the sky. I'm not sure how, but one thing, talking about numbers, Toby, our Maroon Devils with a very impressive first half of offense and defense as well here tonight.
Well, it was some of the things that have been maddening for us as Maroon Devil fans all season, the tantalizing play of brilliance at times, and then still with 4 total fumbles on the night, 2 turnovers that come back to haunt us. But few things. Brody 5 of 8, 75 yards and a touchdown pass, beautifully thrown to the corner to Breyer there on that one. Good throw and catch. On the rushing end, Brody leads us there, 13 carries, 121 yards, including that 83-yard touchdown run in the first quarter that he broke away with. But he's not alone tonight. Bryce Sane, 5 carries, 64 yards, a touchdown of his own. Ian Brooks, 8 carries, 44 yards. And even Breyer getting in with a carry for 7 yards on that one. So all total, 236 rushing, 311 overall offensively for the Maroon Devils. They've been able to keep the high volume Rosman offense sort of in check. A lot of 3-and-outs here early on.
And I think you're right. And Coach Rod White, I think, had a very good comment about the way we were playing, especially on our defensive front tonight and with our linebackers. He made the comment that we're playing with a lot of energy tonight.
Yeah, it seems that way. They've got a good game plan of how they want to approach this offense that Rosman runs, and they're doing a great job executing. And I'd be interested myself in hearing what Coach White has to say about the way they're lining up and the way they're taking some things away from Rosman. I thought Breyer did a great job reading that play in the first series there and intercepting that pass.
He did.
And giving a good field position for the Maroon Devils to take advantage of there. So, it's just one of those things.
And he has done a good job with that all night, trying to look at how the secondary is playing that with homecoming going on here at halftime, by the way, tonight here at Rosman High School. So they're going to have an extra long homecoming halftime, as you very well know. But again, talking about that, Toby, some very good, I thought, coverage by our secondary because Rosman is so spread out.
Yeah, they want to spread you out and hit some seams and get some movement. They got that one seam in between the safety drop and the linebacker drop there that they got a huge gain on. And, really outside of that, Gary, the Maroon Devils done a great job keeping everything in front of them and making them drive the field. And we'll see how frustrated. There was some frustration showing there in the second quarter after the third score. We'll see if Rosman's able to calm that down and see if they can get back to their game plan in the second half. But as I said, it's one of those tantalizing games where we've seen the Maroon Devils do what we felt like they could do all year. They've done a good job of it, and then still those issues that have haunted us this year with the turnovers and the fumbles, or this score could be a little bit more than what it is right now.
Oh, I totally agree. At 28-7, a good, comfortable lead, but I'm sure Coach Neil Blankenship is preaching that at halftime. Guys, we've got to protect the football.
Hey, well, there's no lead comfortable.
Especially with Rosman.
Yeah, there's no lead comfortable. This offense is explosive, and they can score in bunches, and so I'm sure there's no comfort for Coach Neil Blankenship. Now, he may be trying to convince some of the players that they don't need to get comfortable, but there's none for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. Fans, again at halftime, 28-7, our Maroon Devils over the Rosman Tigers. Stay tuned. We have more coming up. We'll be back with the second half as homecoming activities are going on here at Rosman High School tonight. Stay with us. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. 28-7, our Maroon Devils over the Rosman Tigers. Stay tuned. We have more coming up. We'll be back with the second half as homecoming activities are going on here at Rosman High School tonight. Stay with us. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We are ready for the second half. Our Maroon Devils pretty much owned the first half, 28-7. Doing a good job on the scoreboard as now we're going to get the football back as well to start the second half as Bryce Seen is back deep. And kicking it is going to be Jacob Caddy. As he kicks it, it's going to be short, taken by an up man at the 40-yard line. So outstanding field position as Jesse Waldrop gets on the ball.
Yeah, it bounced right off his chest, and he did the smart thing. Just covered the ball up right there. They're trying to kick at angles right here, and you would think he was missing the ball, but he's not. He's trying to create some angles here to where they can get upfield and try to get on that football. They don't want to kick it deep. They may not be able to kick it very deep, but they're taking shots upfield with it right now, trying to find a hole that they can run in and get that football.
Here we go from our 40. Brody tosses. It's going to be Bryce out of the backfield, out to the 45, out to the 50. He's off to the races again. 40, 35, 30. Down the sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. This is a 60-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage, Coach.
That's impressive. They ran that play as perfect as you could run it. And that free safety for Rosman realized something way too late. That Bryce is faster than what you think he is. He took a good angle, but his jets weren't turned up quite as high as Bryce's.
Oh, Bryce.
And one play, end zone, just like that, and it's a toss sweep play that well blocked on the edges. We got them all blocked up front. Reach blocked them all. It's just a big zone block up front, and he did the rest.
And nobody had a shot at catching him.
No. Once he went north, it was over.
Tanner on the extra point, and he's been perfect tonight. And our Maroon Devils in 15 seconds here now lead 35-7. And Bryce, again, Coach, once he broke down the sideline, normally you see some guys chasing him. There's nobody even close.
Like I said, that free safety had no idea that he could run like that. And he took a great angle to get to him, but it just once he closed the gap, Bryce hit another gear, and it was all over.
Yeah, I mean, by the time he got to the 30-yard line, you could tell nobody's catching him.
Yeah, what's impressive about it, that's the first time we've run that play tonight. And see, it's things like that right there that's going to catch Rosman off guard a little bit. They have what are they seeing the whole first half? Veer play after veer play after veer play. One quick pitch we tried to run there. We ended up with the ball on the ground. That's the first time he got back there deep, pitched him the ball out there. As soon as the ball's in his hands, he's turned downhill. He's headed towards the line of scrimmage, and it's like two trains passing in the night. Then they had nobody over there that could match his speed once he's turned that thing towards the end zone.
Wow, 35-7 lead now with 11:45 again, just getting started here after homecoming activities at halftime here at Rosman High School now as Briar Yance is going to be kicking it off. And so far tonight, the return man for the most part has been Trey Combs wearing number 3. And this time it's going to be right down the middle of the field. Upman takes it at the 25. He's going to bring it back to the 30, trying to get a blocker, and he's hit and spun around at the 34. So good coverage by the kick team.
Yeah, making a smart move right there, Coach Blankenship is. Instead of taking the chance of kicking that thing down there and putting it into the young man's hands, it's so dangerous. Let's make one of these up backs handle that football. We may give up a little bit of field position, but he's not going to pop that thing like he almost did there in the first half.
Well, you're right. He brought it back to midfield on us one time earlier. This time Rosman coming back, and now they're in a deep hole. 35-7 here early in the third quarter. Our Maroon Devils spreading them out with their offense. They have 3 on the left, 1 on the right. They fake it one way and run back the other way, Coach. Some good deception, but we're there at the 37 for the tackle.
Yeah, ran that lead play again, trap lead play. They pretty much block everybody down, pull the backside guard, and use an extra running back in there that lines up behind the tackle, and he's going to lead up in there for the back. They didn't get much. They didn't get what they wanted out of that play.
Now lining up in there on the defensive front as well is going to be big Logan Loftus on one side, Nick Millsap's on the other, and big Nolan Brown in the middle in that wolf front. Trips on the left side now for Rosman. Long count, second down. They take the handoff, run the bubble screen. Here they go down the left sideline. We get them out of bounds, but it's going to be a first down. Rosman up near midfield.
Yeah, we were a little bit slow reacting to that one. They had us out there to the wide side of the field. They did a great job of executing that play right there, and they picked up 15 or so yards on that play, and it's how quickly they can make things happen running that type of offense with 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field like they've got right now.
And it is capable of a big play almost every play, the way they run them. Now they're going to have trips out here on the wide side of the right. coming right at the Rosman press box, if you will, as they go from left to right on the field. Handing off, though, there's a loose football, and we're all over him in the backfield. It's still loose.
I think we got that one.
Maroon Devils said we've got it.
Yeah, an official on that sideline, on our sideline over there, says we got it. So unless the head man wants to take this one away from us again, like he did the last one, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Nolan Brown over there, Logan Loftus over there, among others that were causing the devastation, if you will, by the defense.
Yeah, he got stuck over there when he tried to pick that ball up and run with it, and spit the ball right back up when he did that.
So they're talking it over, but from up here it looked like we had the football.
I don't know. I don't understand why there has to be a conversation. The closest official over there called it.
That's the way it ought to be. And Tanner Wiggins is clapping his hands, so looks like that might be a good signal. Let's see. Oh, no.
We're going to give him the ball.
Rosman's going to keep the football. Holy moly. Wow. Now it's going to bring up second down at our 49-yard line.
I have no idea what is going on with these officials because that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I know. That's incredible the way the guy
only official that could see it. Yeah, the only official that could actually see who recovers that ball, it was standing right there, made the call, and then the head man comes back in and overrules him, and that's
doesn't make sense.
No, it can't be.
And Coach Blankenship is saying the same thing because the referee was over here, and the guy who made the call was over there where the football was
behind it. He was behind the play, the head referee was. And he's lost his ever-loving mind. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, but, boy, I tell you what, there are a lot of unhappy people out there.
That's 2 times tonight now that he's taking the football away from us.
Yep, sure has.
And when I say taking it away, that's exactly what he's done.
Yep, because we had the fumble recovered. The guy over there on that sideline made the call, but here we go. First down and 10 now for Rosman. They threw it out here again on this bubble screen, and the big guy's got it running wild down to the 38-yard line. Again, that's Dylan Thomas, the big 6'3 senior.
Yeah, we got to close on that quicker. Right now, that's the best offensive play they've got is that bubble screen out there with him out there on the 2/3 of the grass and just making moves on us. We're just not closing on it quick enough.
And he's a big target out there again, Coach, as you mentioned, at 6'3". It's hard to miss him. And now lining up over there with him is going to be Ian Brooks. So now here they line him up. First down and 10 at our 38-yard line. They hand off, run to the right side. Yep. Big hole up the right side. Here comes the sophomore, and Zeke's got him. Also with a hand on, and there's another loose football. William Paul's on it. I think we've got this one unless they take it away.
Well, here comes a man in the white hat. He may make a...
Well, the officials have not signaled anything yet, unless maybe the ball was down before it popped out, is what I'm thinking right now, and looks like Rosman's going to keep it. Boy, we're not getting a break on the fumbles, are we?
No, and we weren't ready for that play at all. I'm not real sure exactly what happened, whether we were misaligned or what, and then we didn't do a very good job of closing to the ball and making that tackle. He just ran through us. Like we weren't there, and I don't know whether they blocked that a little bit different or not. But he got there awful quick and got upfield on us, and when he got to the second level there, we just did a poor job and took bad angles of getting to him, and he made us look bad.
Yeah, Coach Blankenship's calling a timeout here to make sure everybody's on the same page on the next series, as now Rosman has it first and 10 in the red zone at the 20-yard line. We've only played a couple of minutes here in the third quarter. We got a score on the first play from scrimmage, and Rosman, even though they put the ball on the ground twice, they are knocking on the door again. But Coach B trying to make sure that everybody's on the same page here defensively, because even though they've moved it some tonight, Coach, only one score.
Yeah, and it's probably a good timeout right there to settle the players down, because remember, this is the third quarter. We came out and scored, but now we've got to tighten up on D right here and make this thing.
Here they go. Same bubble screen over on the left side. They got a couple of good blockers out there, and they run down to the 10-yard line. Ian Brooks coming up finally to help out on the tackle, along with Tanner Wiggins and Briar Yance.
Yeah, we broke on the ball real well. Yeah. They blocked us, and the screen went in behind the block, and they executed that one probably better than any one of the bubble screens they've run so far tonight.
They sure did. They had some good blocking out there with those wide receivers. And again, they throw it out there to big Dylan Thomas, 6'3", 195-pound senior. He's got 34 catches coming into this game and 5 touchdowns. So he's very capable. Running to the right side, quarterback throwing over there. This one is going to be in traffic, but what a hit. But hanging on to the ball is their wide receiver, Briar Yachts. Got a good hit on him, but he hung on.
Yeah, and we tipped the ball before it ever got to him, and it was kind of floating in the air, and when he reached up to grab it, Briar was able to come up and make the play right there, but it gives them first down now inside the 10-yard line.
From the 7-yard line, that was number 1, Hooper Thomas, on that catch. And again, he's a 6'2 receiver. They're blessed with tall receivers.
Yeah, he got them all over the field out there. And here we go again with the trips to the wide side of the field. Single receiver into the boundary. Bubble screen again.
Here they run to the right side. We got a lot of guys around the play, but they still convert down to the 3-yard line. Briar Yachts coming up with the tackle. Also over there on the coverage is William Paul.
Now, right now, that's the best play they've run against us. Well, here in the second half, anyway, they're having success with it, and
they're running to that same side.
We'll end up breaking on the ball. Now they're going to go double twins, so we'll see. May see something a little different out of them.
So now again, the quarterback back in the shotgun. He's going to run right up the middle on a quarterback draw play. We hit him down near the line of scrimmage though, so not much on that shot, Coach. As again, the quarterback, Luke Stewart, knocked down.
Yeah, tackled in there by Brown. He wrapped him up good and drove him back and didn't allow him to get any positive yardage. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4.
Nolan Brown doing a good job on the interior line. 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Stewart looking to the sideline for the play call. Here they go with trips on the right side, the wide side of the field. And again, they got 2 guys over here, 1'6'2", 1'6'3", and they got their blocking wide receiver over here is 5'7", and they run right up the gut, and looks like they're in the end zone. Touchdown, Rosman on the running play.
Yeah, quarterback faked the running play right there, and they fold blocked it, and he followed his blocker up in there and was able to punch it in.
Got it in from 3 yards away now with 7:38 to play here in the 3rd quarter. So they answer back at 35-13 if they can get the extra point after touchdown. And coming on to kick that extra point is going to be Peyton McCall. We had a good rush. Peyton McCall drills it through, though, with 7:38 to play, 3rd quarter, 35-14. Our Maroon Devils right now still in the lead as we have led all night. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Welcome back for the Rosman kickoff now with the Maroon Devils up by 21, 35-14 as they're going to kick it again, angling it toward the sideline, and this one goes totally out of bounds. And, Coach, you're right. As you can see, the flags come in for the out of bounds, but they're running their speed guy, number 3, Trey Combs, right after the football.
Yeah, they're just trying to make something happen right there. They're not going to kick that thing deep. They're just trying to create some kind of chaos, and so they can end up with the football.
So now Coach Matt Stack leading his Rosman Tigers out here for the 3rd quarter as the Tigers are coming in, as we mentioned, 2-6 overall, 1-2 in conference play. Our Maroon Devils coming in 3-4 overall, 2-1 in conference play. And here we go back with the football. And we've only been shut down a couple of times tonight on the offensive side. Briar going in motion right side. Brody hands off, a little gap right up across the 45-yard line for a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, that's the midline again. That's that first gap, finding that first defensive lineman, leaving him unblocked, and running your angle right at where the down block's taking place inside there and making him have to cover some ground. In a minute, you'll see Brody pull it and cut it right back up in behind him as they close to try to take that dive away.
That was a good run by Hunter Burrow.
Right there it is.
Here goes Brody again outside. Yep. He's in the secondary, off to the races again.
That's it.
One man to beat, down to the 15, down to the 10, all the way down to the 7-yard line. Brody Bowman finally caught down there by the free safety, Jackie Cobble.
Yeah, that's the exact play we were talking about right there. He knows that man's got to close and take that dive on that midline, and he just sticks his foot in the ground and gets upfield.
So again, number 8, the touchdown-saving tackle, but, Coach, you saw that one coming. As you mentioned, there was Brody, popped it right outside for a big, big play. All the way down to the Rosman 7-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, that's one great thing about the midline option, and you can see that split middle there of their defensive line. And all you got to do is count players.
Here we go, tossing it to the right side. Bryce Saint trying to get outside. Oh, he broke a tackle, and he's in the end zone. I don't see any penalty flags, so the touchdown should stand.
We hope it does, unless the head official decides that he's going to take that away from somebody.
He's got it in for us tonight, but that one's on the board. It's now 41-14. The Maroon Devils in the lead with 6:23 to play here in the third quarter as Tanner comes back on for the PAT.
Yeah, we got them blocked up front right there and didn't let them and Bryce really faked the outside linebacker out of his shoes. He made a move upfield, and the young man got his feet up under him, and Bryce turned on another jet and got to the outside and got the rest of it on his own.
Breyer again with a good hold on a snap that was a little bit wide, and the PAT is good. That makes it 42-14 as we're about midway gone in the third quarter. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Maroon Devils kick it to the right side of the field. Rosman is over there. They're not totally full over there, Coach, as we tried to make something happen. And Rosman's going to get it up near the 40.
Yeah, we pulled one of their plays on them right there, trying to kick it a little bit shorter to see if we couldn't get down. I saw people in different places there, and it looked like we were trying to pull something off because when you looked out there, the numbers were in a different place. And that generally tells you that something special's up.
Something's going on. 1st down and 10 now. Rosman, they're going to spot it at the 41. 6:23 to play, third quarter. Quarterback looks at his armband and ready to go now. Boy, he's got a different set out here as people are all over the field, and they run it to the left side and knocked down at the 45-yard line. Over there again is Nolan Brown and Tanner Wiggins and company. And different set over here. They had some guys behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm not real sure that they're supposed to have so many because right now, if somebody doesn't get up on the line of scrimmage on the other side, they got too many backs in the backfield. Right now they're legal, and it's according to what they've got those 2 inside receivers off the line of scrimmage, making them eligible. So right now they're okay as far as they're set.
Wow. Almost 3 wide. They got almost a couple in a slot there on the right side. Stewart looks to the right side, trying to set up that bubble screen, but getting on him in there. Good tackle by William Paul.
Yeah, right then Brooks played that real well. He baited that quarterback, hoping he would try to throw it out here on that bubble screen, and the quarterback pulled it down because he realized that ball might have going to get picked by the time it got out here.
Ian Brooks, good play over there. But again, big number 73, William Paul, has been in their backfield several times tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to take a chance like that with the defensive backs, playing these outside linebacker positions, ace positions, whatever Coach Blankenship calls them nowadays. But you have to take a shot like that every now and then just to let them know that you're not going to continue to sit back there and let them throw that thing at you.
This time the quarterback looks down the middle. Stewart running. He's still looking, now throws, and it's almost intercepted. Boy, getting his paws on it was Dylan McLeod, and it just falls to the ground, but he read that one perfectly.
He did, and I bet that thing looked as big as a beach ball coming down. He wishes he had that one back. He's over here with his hands on his hips, disgusted with himself. But he was sitting in perfect position. He was in better position than the receiver was.
He was. Great play.
The quarterback was running for his life, and we were putting pressure on him, and he threw it right to him.
He sure did. Now coming on to punt it away for the Rosman Tigers is going to be big 56, Peyton McCall. And, of course, Briar Yance, our deep man, back to return. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 42-14 Maroon Devils. We've been after the punter tonight, this time not as aggressive. He gets away a nice punt. Briar says no return. It's going to bounce kind of sideways, and it's going to be blown dead at the 27-yard line. So, Coach, again, good breathing room here with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, and going to be interesting to see how we process the rest of this game tonight.
Yeah, and right now I would say that Coach Marr and Coach Blankenship both are not getting in careful mode by any means, but right now this is a clock management type situation, although it's still in the third quarter.
Yes.
And you'll know more by the time the quarter ends, but getting this clock sped up is going to be a priority to us now.
Got twins on the right side, split backs. Brody dropping to throw. Here comes the blitz. Fires right down the middle. Zeke is there, but it's going to be picked off. Right down at the 45 or at the 40-yard line, getting his hands on it as the ball was a little bit underthrown as the Rosman Tigers have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, we turned it right back to them right there, and that's not a good thing right now. I would have thought right there we might have taken a little more time to utilize the clock and run some more time off the clock. But,
that was Tanner Whitmire coming up on the pick for Rosman. Zeke was running down the middle, but that guy cut right in front of him for the pick. And here comes Rosman again. Got a man in motion. Oh, they run into each other, and the quarterback still has the ball, and he's hit in the backfield for no gain. That was just a tough break as Hooper Thomas was coming in motion and actually hit his quarterback.
Yeah, they were trying to fake a jet sweep there and block the backside, trap block the backside for the quarterback to run, and they ran into each other, and it blew their timing up.
Boy, it did. So now Stewart, the quarterback, who's had a good season, the junior for the Rosman Tigers in their black and orange. Here on Friday the 13th, it's so far been unlucky for the Tigers here. On homecoming night, no less. 2nd down and 10 now. Stewart back to throw. Here comes pressure. And, boy, there's the loose football, and it's right in the hands of big number 73 all the way back for the score. What a night for William Paul.
He juggled that football, and I think he was surprised that it was in his hands, but that's something that a defensive player lives for right there. That ball popped up right into his he got that ball in his hands, and he juggled it for just a second, and then his instincts took over. I guarantee you the young man right now couldn't tell you exactly what just happened. He really couldn't. He'll have to watch the film and see exactly how that happened to him.
I think big Nick Millsaps is probably the guy who knocked the ball loose, and it went right into the hands of William Paul, and he just took off running, and that's a great play by the defense.
Excellent play. You don't get any better than that.
Oh, man, 48-14 now, 4:02 to play. Tanner Wiggins has been on the spot tonight. Got to get our snaps down. I know Briar who has really good hands. There he goes, puts it down perfectly. This one is up, and it's in there good. Yep. So now the Maroon Devils again, Coach, outstanding play by the D.
It was, and there again, that's a every defensive lineman has a dream someday of being able to do that, and to get it to have an opportunity to do it. And there again, I guarantee you he couldn't tell you exactly how it happened.
That's right. He can float all the way back to Swain County. He won't even have to take the bus, will he?
Exactly, and that really helped us right here because of after the turnover there on the interception. that really helps.
Well, that gets it back. But again, Nick Millsap's in there. Nolan Brown in there with a lot of pressure. Logan Loftus. William Paul, the man on the spot with a football in his bread basket, and he put those big paws around it. And I tell you, William, we've called his name a lot tonight. He's had a great game. A lot of pressure. He's been in the backfield a lot, and that time he found the football.
Yeah, he made the trip back there, and it's not surprising that we're putting that kind of pressure on a quarterback that throws the ball that much. And what is surprising is we're able to defend the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, doing a great job. Our guys up front here again, as we talked about, big Nolan Brown and Nick Millsaps and William Paul up there. Logan Loftus, Ren Gunner's been in there. Ice Littlejohn. A lot of those guys are all around the football tonight. Got to give credit to all those guys up around the line of scrimmage tonight. The linebackers and the defensive front now as Briar Yunts is going to kick it off. And the way he's kind of angled now, looks like we're going to angle it toward that right side again. No, this one's going more down the middle. Going to be taken and dropped by an up man. He picks it up, though, at the 30, and Tanner Wiggins is in his face immediately.
Yeah, Tanner leveled him right there. He did a perfect tackle, too. He got his head across him and stuck him just as the ball bounced right back up in the young man's hands.
I got to tell you, Coach, pound for pound, they don't get much better than Tanner Wiggins. He's only 5'8", 140 pounds, but he plays really smart, tough football.
Tough as a pine knot, isn't he?
He is.
We've seen it all year long, and he's out there. He's one of the better defenders that we have on the field at all times. And,
yeah.
And he does smart things, and that really is a compliment to him. He takes the game and puts it on his shoulders.
Well, he does. He's a heady football player. 3:56 to play now, third quarter. Rosman back with it. Quarterback hands off around the right side. And here comes his sophomore running back, and coming up to cut him off is Ice Littlejohn.
Yep, Ice got right over the top, went up in the alley just like he coached to do, and met the running back right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Ice, we got a couple of 3-year starters on this team, William Paul and Ice Littlejohn, and they've had a great game tonight, both of them.
Yeah, that kind of experience can't be. You can't stimulate it. You can't say enough about it.
Here comes Stewart rolling to the right, firing to the right, got his man, and pass complete over there. One of the first catches tonight for Hooper Thomas, number 1 on the catch.
Yeah, and luckily we got him before he could turn around with the football, and it's going to bring up third and short now.
Yeah, the way he was looking back down the field, Coach, I thought, man, they're going to run that old hook and ladder thing.
It did look. He was coming back to it, and it looked like he was going to get ready to pitch that ball to somebody.
It really did. Here we go, 3rd down and 2 now for the Tigers. Stewart, one man behind him. He was looking down the left side again, and here comes pressure again, and he has nowhere to go. We got a lot of maroon and white jerseys in there. Big Nolan Brown, Ice Littlejohn. Also in there is Logan Loftus, Nick Millsaps. I tell you, he was just crushed.
Nolan got that big paw out there, and once he got that paw on him, it was over. I mean, he got a hold of him and pretty much just drug him back to him like a bear would reach out and grab a hold of you.
Nolan's he's a big kid, 6'1", 265, only a junior. He's got another big year coming up, and he has had a really solid season.
Yeah, he's come on. He's done more with himself so far this year, and right now being called upon to play on D just all the time, and he's getting better and better as time goes. Does a good job right there reading the block.
Here comes Stewart. Penalty flag coming in. May have a holding call this time.
Should be a holding call. They were trying to zone block that one all the way, and I believe they were trying to wrap Nolan up. He did a good job of reading the offensive lineman's head as he went down, started down the line of scrimmage, and Nolan got his hands on him and was coming right down the line of scrimmage, and I believe the boy reached out and grabbed him.
And I think this is this Nolan's first year of football?
I believe it is.
I think so. And to see that kind of improvement and that kind of effort and intensity is really sweet. I mean, you just love to see a guy come in and play like that.
Well, it's kind of bred in him.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah. So
he's little kin to Robbie Brown.
Well, yeah.
And Buzzy and Tony and
all of them
and Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good family tree there. Those guys have all played some outstanding football at Swain County High School, without a doubt. Now they're going to be punting it back to our Maroon Devils. Briar Yachts back deep. They get it away. End over end. Briar's going to take it right at the midfield mark. Steps back inside, cuts outside, and they're wrapping him up, though, at the 48-yard line. But still good work. Got a very late penalty flag coming in here.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I didn't see exactly what happened right there. If somebody blocked somebody in the back after, but it looked like the ball was blown dead already, and it may have.
Almost like a late hit.
Yeah. I'm not real sure exactly what it was.
But it was really late after.
That's the first one Briar's been able to get a return on tonight too.
You're right.
So he was about to break that. It was a line drive punt, and he made a good decision there to get that ball and try to get back upfield as much as he could.
Now the officials are talking it over, and let's see what the official call is. But again, very late flag coming in after the play was pretty much over.
He's talking to one of our players over here. It must have been a block in the back.
Oh, personal foul. Yep. Oh, boy, probably after the play. Could have even been somebody that said something. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yep. But I guarantee you, Coach Blankenship will find out and let them hear about it.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of thing going on, and especially after possessing ball we're near midfield like we had it right there when Briar was able to get it back up through there. And then now we're backed up and on our side of the field and got a long drive ahead of us.
Briar comes wide left. Here comes Brody running the quarterback option around the left side out to midfield. Nice gain on the play of 13 yards.
Yep, he broke that one right off the edge too. They figured out exactly how they're trying to play this thing out here. And it's a 50-50 shot on this veer play because we're not real sure. They've been switching up their assignments sometimes, but that's the nature of the veer game. You've got to run it to see what they're doing, and then you try to take advantage of the way they're trying to defend you.
Now I got some new backs in the backfield. Colby Taylor in there, along with Ian Brooks right behind Brody. This time on the right side, here's Ian into the secondary. At the 35, at the 30, good stiff arm as he goes all the way inside the 25.
That was the midline again, and they keep making those. If you run the regular veer plays enough, you're going to get those down linemen inside to widen because they don't like getting blocked down. They don't like getting hit in the ear hole like they are. So they start to widen, so you just take advantage of it. You just leave them unblocked, run the ball right in between them, and they have to decide then how they're going to do it. Are they going to stay out there, or are they going to squeeze it back down and try to take that midline away from you?
Outstanding play. Now one of the Tigers shaken up, and he's going to be coming off the field, and that's going to be one of their linemen, one of their best linemen, Big Kane Smith, 230-pound defensive lineman with 52 tackles on the season. He comes out of the game with a shoulder. So right now, first down and 10, Maroon Machine as we go running straight ahead down to the 20 for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, try the midline again to the other side. Just keep checking them with that thing and get them to squeeze back down in there, and then we'll run the veer. We will leave the second man on the line of scrimmage unblocked.
Coach, I've got to say that Rosman's defense has got to be getting tired. Our offense has been on the field a lot.
Yeah, and that's good. We're controlling the football right now, and that clock up there is third quarter is about to come to an end.
This time running to the right side. Here's Colby Taylor. He's got a first down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. And we might have one more play here in the third quarter as the sticks will move, and then they'll start the clock.
That's the first time we've shown them that play tonight, too. That's a blast play. It's an off-tackle play where you're blocking down and using your fullback out of eye backs to kick the last man on the line of scrimmage out and try to get up inside of it.
Tight end over there is going to be William Paul lining up on the right side. And here we go. Oh, here comes Brody keeping it. Fake the handoff. And he's going to carry down to the 7 or 8. I thought for a moment there they had it by the face mask, but I guess not.
Yeah, that was the midline again, and this time Brody pulls it because he sees they've squeezed those defensive linemen back down, and he pulls the ball and tries to get up in the very next scene.
And fans, that is the end of the third quarter. So we got 12 more minutes left to play, but our Maroon Devils right now in control, 49-14. Here on homecoming night at Rosman High School. We'll be back with that fourth quarter after this 1-minute timeout on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as our Maroon Devils are knocking on the door again. And this time in the backfield, though, the Rosman Tigers coming through with a bunch of black and orange jerseys all over Ian Brooks. Coach, they just had nowhere to run.
Yeah, they've loaded up right there. They committed both those inside linebackers up to the line of scrimmage. And we attempted the midline again, this time out of I-backs rather than split backs. And they'll do the same thing right here, I'm sure. They'll commit those linebackers. Here comes one of them now.
Got a wing over here with Ian. Got twins on the left side. Brody tosses it. Here's Colby trying to get a block, and we just didn't get the people blocked, and they throw us for a loss back at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, they bumped the outside linebacker outside then for two things: to prevent that play from getting to the grass and to stop the quarterback on the option. And that's why he went out there and lined up, and we just couldn't get out there to get them all blocked.
So now 4th down. And obviously we're going to try to run a play here. We're up 49-14. A field goal is not going to mean a whole lot, if you know what I mean. When you're up 49-14, we want to run the offense.
Yeah, they're switching from a 4-3 to a 4-2 defense.
Brody in the corner. Oh, just tipped away. Zeke was there, but coming over was their safety and just tipped it away at the last second.
He got a hand on it and tipped the ball up and just enough to deflect it right out of his hands.
So good play over there by the defense. Coming up was Jacob Cobble, one of their secondary players, and now they're going to take over 1st and 10 with the 4th quarter. All that's left on the clock here at Rosman High School. I tell you what, I hope we have a big crowd next Friday night at Swain County Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I'd say there will be. The things are going to get real interesting next Friday night.
No doubt. Now we got a whistle on the play, and would like to remind you got a timeout on the field as we're going to talk it over. And would like to remind everybody next Friday, of course, Murphy's coming to town. It is Maroon Friday. Everybody's asked to wear maroon next Friday night. Of course, most people do anyway. But if you haven't planned your wardrobe for next Friday night, we hope you'll have maroon on.
Yeah. Seeing a lot of fresh faces out there and fresh numbers. That's one reason Coach Blankenship just called a timeout. He's trying to get some of these different players in the ball game now, and here at the beginning of the 4th quarter, get them some playing time, get them some field time.
And Coach, as we've said before, and as everybody knows, some of these, and you hate to even think this, but it's just the nature of the beast. Some of these starters are one play away from not being a starter.
Well, yeah, that's right. It can happen at any time, and well, we've seen it. I mean, and different players are having to take on different roles for the team simply because of some of the injuries that have occurred. So. Right now, you got to get them out there, and you got to get them some field time.
That's it. Experience and playing time. Baptism by fire. Oh, they tried to run that bubble screen and almost blew up. Coming up with a shot at it was Jesse Waldrop over there.
Yeah, if he'd seen that ball quick enough, that was a pick 6, and he didn't have far to go with it either. That's the first time I've seen him throw it into the short side of the field like that. I guess they were just trying to change it up a little bit, but they put the trips into the boundary over there to the short side of the field and the single receiver out here to the wide side of the field.
Yep, here they go again. Same play. Now they're going to throw it over here to the single coverage. There now. Oh, ball knocked up in the air and still loose, but pretty good coverage over here by number 4, Jacob Waldrop, who got a hand on the football.
Yeah, he did a great job right there. He got turned around and was trying to become the receiver on that particular play right there, and did a smart thing, too. Once he realized that the receiver was able to tip the ball, he shoved the receiver to the ground, which is completely legal, and he just shoved him down to make sure he didn't make a reception.
So a good job over there again by the corner as he lines up over here again in single coverage, and outstanding work. So again, good job over there by Jacob Waldrop. And this time the quarterback rolls to the right after looking left, and there's good coverage. We get him pinned on the sideline, and help is on the way. But with the initial hit over there was Connor McCoy, 67, who turned him back inside.
Yeah, great pursuit, too. And the kids were getting there and taking a run at him over there, and he stayed up. He stayed in bounds a little longer than what I thought he was going to, bringing up 4th down now.
He is an experienced quarterback, and now they're going to be looking at a 4th down, and they're going to be punting it back. Tire Maroon Devils here, Coach. So, again, good job by the defense.
Yeah, it's awful good to see us come into a place like this right here, and as tough as this place is to win in, and try to make the best out of it in a situation where early in the year the season hadn't gone suit us at all. But
nobody back deep, and this ball is going to roll out of bounds or stay in bounds at the 35-yard line. First down and 10. Even though no return, still pretty good field position.
Yeah, and when you got younger players in there or different players, and the last thing you want to do is try to set up a punt return right there and have something happen where you put a young man back there that's not used to that, and he tries to field that ball and ends up turning it back over to him. So it's better not just to have anybody back there. Just let them punt that thing up the field and go out there on O and play it safe and start your offense.
Well, Coach, talking about that, we got a bunch of new faces coming out. We got Sam Everhart splitting out wide to the right side. Got a bunch of new linemen in there with, looks like Cody Long. We got Leeson Mashburn. We'll try to get more numbers as we can. And going to run that quarterback option play, and we know who's at quarterback, number 5. Oh, and he got stuck.
He got stuck right there. That's right. He'll learn. He'll learn, and he did the right thing. He was going to pitch the ball there for a second, and then he realized it was not going to be a wise choice on his part with the way they were defending it on the edge. So he took the ball and tried to get upfield and made it back to the line of scrimmage.
So good work over there by number 5, Connor Hyatt. He's our sophomore backup quarterback, and he'll probably be in there running the show next year after Brody graduates.
Yeah, it's he's getting some real valuable time right now.
He had a really good career as a JV quarterback, and obviously he knows the game. Turns and hands off, trying to get a seam in that A-gap, but not much seam there, Coach, with a lot of new faces on the offensive line.
Yeah, midline right there again. That's been an awful good play for us, making those defensive linemen have to work and make adjustments to their alignment, making them get wide, to running the regular dive option at them, and then coming back with the midline, and you isolate them inside players, and they don't like that.
Also over there on the right tackle is going to be big Trey Spates, another senior, number 77. And again, running to the left side, a bunch of black jerseys over there to stop Connor Hyatt. So also in there tonight, Coach, got Charlie Lambert, a sophomore, 42. And we're going to have to punt it away, though, on 4th down.
Yeah, bring back in that first team punt team in here to make sure you get the ball off clean.
And now we're going to have Zeke Bradley come on to punt one.
Yeah, Jose. Well, that's true. I didn't even realize Zeke was going to punt. I saw him coming on the field, but he is. He's going to try to get one upfield right here. Missing a player, got to run somebody in here.
Yeah, coming on is Cody Long, and again, looks like our first team punt unit. The snapper is actually Briar Yachts. I mean, this guy can do about anything.
Well, and I always tried out all of our receivers.
Boy, a good block over there, too, by Briar.
Yeah.
Outstanding work. They come down the left side. Here comes their dangerous return man.
There's a block in the back.
There's Trey Combs.
Coming back. Yeah.
Brings it back to the 20, but you're right, Coach. Back up here near midfield, a block in the back.
Yeah, young man came towards the sidelines right there and just couldn't control himself and hit one of our players in the back, and so it'll be coming back.
Zeke was over there along with William Paul. One of those guys might have been the guy that got blocked in the back, actually. They were coming in on the tackle.
Yep, and they had a good return right there then, and we can't let them get happy, although we got this kind of advantage right now. We don't want them to get any kind of momentum if we can help it at all.
No question about it. As our Maroon Devils, we got another flag back upfield. Let's see if there's going to be
it's probably 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 penalties.
Because when he made that break to the outside, there was a lot of backs turned. So
let's see what the head referee says. As again, their head coach Matt Stack over here talking it over with the officials. But now they're going to figure out which penalty is going to be assessed.
There's another one way back here, too. We've got 3 flags on the ground.
Yep. There's a holding call. That was declined on the punt return team. Another holding call on the punt return team. And a personal foul also on the return team. And the block in the back is going to be the one that will stand.
That's the one that was furthest back, and that's where you want to start it from, back there.
So now they're going to come all the way back, Coach. You're right. Holy moly. So instead of up near our 25-yard line, they're coming back inside their 20-yard line. What a turn of events with those penalties.
Yep, that's. But there again, when you try to teach a young man not, whatever you do, once you see the back of his helmet and his numbers, just stop. You can't help us anymore, you know. And but sometimes it just gets the better of them, and they continue on, and they just can't help themselves, and they want to get that block, and they end up blocking in the back.
And sometimes it's a momentum thing where they can't stop.
Right.
And that's a tough thing. Now let's see. Let me check some of these other new numbers. Colby Kirkland in there, 66. Also 61. Jace Wiggins up front in there, 77. Trey Spates, we've called his number tonight. Connor McCoy, 67. Those are your 4 down linemen right now. And here comes Rosman. They're going to roll that bubble screen out to the right side again. Coming up trying to get a hand on him. Actually getting him from behind is going to be big Trey Spates coming up, 77.
Yeah, that's something you work on every week at practice is pursuit angles. Once you find that football, how do you get to it? You don't want to be running behind it. You don't want to trail it. You've got to find start aiming at a point on the field where you're going to get down there and try to cut it off.
Also over there, some of the others guys assisting. Number 7, Robert Green. This time they run it to the right side. They cut back inside again, cutting him back inside over there. Good help by Brandon Salinas to cut him back inside.
Yeah, getting a lot of Maroon helmets over there around the football. That's a good sign. Those young men breaking on that ball and getting there, trying to make a play.
Charlie Lambert, 42. Cody Long, number 50. A lot of new faces in there. As we mentioned, Brandon Salinas over there playing that corner on that side, cutting back inside. Our safeties right now looks like Robert Green. And a penalty going to back up Rosman again here, Coach. And also back there, Sam Everhart playing safety.
Yeah, they had some kind of false start or something there. They didn't blow it dead quick enough or something.
Clock now running 7:24 with the Maroon Devils on top 49-14. Tough night here at Rosman High School for the home team. They roll it out to the left side. They're again doing a good job kind of creating chaos as 14 Jesse Waldrop right in the middle of that play.
Great tackle out here by the corner, too. He settled his feet underneath. He knew he better not take a shot at this guy because he was dancing around right there. He just let him come to him, and he stuck him right there, corner number 14. He did a great job of tackling him, wrapping him up, getting his head across him, and driving his feet.
That's old Jesse. One of our juniors, 6'2", 150-pound junior Jesse Waldrop over here, 14. Got single coverage here. They're looking to that side again. Now they roll to the right side. Good coverage by Jesse. Penalty flag down for a holding call, and the quarterback is going to run it. And a lot of guys up there on the tackle.
Yeah, that will be coming back and with the holding call there.
Leeson Mashburn, one of the initial tacklers over there. Leeson's a big boy, 6 foot 290. He's a big kid, a senior. Again, got a lot of seniors. Coach, we're going to miss next year, 16 of them.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. I mean, and you hate to that's one of your biggest dreads as a coach is you can't keep them. It's not the pros. You'd like to keep them, some of them, and if you spent that kind of time with you and you've spent that kind of time with them, it's hard to let them go.
Oh, they're family,
really
aren't they?
Yeah, it is, and graduation takes a toll on everybody, and it's definitely going to take a toll on us.
Yep, got, matter of fact, a small junior class coming up. We got 6 juniors, but now we got 15 sophomores moving up. So got some good kids coming up, but boy, some good kids moving on. Quarterback Stewart fakes one way, throws the other way, too high though. Good coverage over there, man-to-man by the secondary. If that kid will turn sideways and I can get his number there, but there he 31. Is, 31. That's Colby Taylor. Good coverage.
He did. He was all over that. They attempted that bubble screen out there, and he read it a whole way and by his alignment, and he realized what was happening. He jumped it. And
good work.
Ball been thrown any lower, it would have been a pick six for him.
Also over there, Jacob Waldrop lining up over there as they have trips over there on that side. Now coming over to help is Charlie Lambert, and playing deep over there is Sam Everhart, 15. But they're going to run to the left side, and there's a great open field tackle by Cody Long.
He read that when he was the only linebacker left. Once they had to bump out to the trip side right there, and as soon as that ball was snapped, he started on his attack angle, and he met the ball carrier right there at the line of scrimmage. That's excellent pursuit right there. Great downhill move by the linebacker.
He's one of those sophomores that will be moving up next year. Now on 4th down, they're going to be punting from inside their 5-yard line. Got to be careful how they handle the football. 5:45 to play. Nobody back deep again for the Maroon Devils here. But again, Rosman will be hitting at about the 5. High. Nice punt. It's going to hit at the 43 and go right out of bounds up near the 49-yard line. And Coach will get it back there. Still 5.5 minutes to play and a 49-14 lead.
Yeah, Rosman's slowing the game down still by throwing the ball as much as they are. And maybe Coach is wanting to work on some of his stuff right now. But they're not having much success with it, with the penalties they've had and the things that are happening to them out there.
You know, I was kidding Joe Holt that, hey, this game may last 3 hours. Well, we've been here 2.5, so we're closing in on 3, Joe. So 5.5 minutes to play here.
Well, I'm sure Coach Blankenship's probably not going to air it out right here, or Coach Marr, and they're going to, right there the ball comes out. Looks like they've got it. Rosman does.
Yep, ball loose. I believe Rosman does have it, Coach, as again, just had a tough transition there from quarterback to running back, and the ball is loose. Rosman's ball near midfield.
Yep. On the hookup right there on the exchange, on the veer play, ball pops out, and that comes with time. It happens to all veer teams. That ball is going to come out sometimes when you're trying to run that backs up that close to the line of scrimmage and get your mesh point. They call it downright.
So now Luke Stewart brings his offense back on the field for the Rosman Tigers. They have 14 points on the night, but again, just not nearly enough. Our Maroon Devils have played a pretty solid football game in most regards. They fake the handoff, throw it to the right side, setting up the screen play. Coming up again over there, grabbing him by the leg and holding on. Good open field tackle. Again, if I can get that number as they head back to the secondary, that was 7, Robert Green.
Robert did a great job right there. He just he read it once they faked the jet sweep and then threw the screen back over there to the jet sweep player, and he was all over that one.
Good read over there as well. Also, Cody Long up there around the football. Number 50's had a busy night tonight. This time they run wide to the left side. Getting a block, trying to cut outside. There's another good tackle. That was Sam Everhart, 15 on the stop.
Great open field tackle. Didn't bite on any of the juke moves. Came straight downhill, gathered his body, got his feet up under him, and made his move and was able to make a great leg tackle right there.
Yeah, well, Coach, we've seen 2 really good tackles here on the last 2 plays.
Yeah, they're doing a great job tackling right now.
Open field, solo tackles. 3rd down now. Rosman at our 48-yard line. 4:20 to play. Stewart turns, hands off to his running back. Here comes their sophomore right up the gut. Oh, and boy, there were 15 running headlong into him. Both those guys hit pretty hard.
Yeah, incidental head contact. One of them was stumbling and falling, and the other one was trying to close on him, and they ended up helmet-to-helmet contact there.
Boy, that was a tough shot. Sam Everhart with the hit for the Maroon Devil secondary. Stewart hands off. They run the kind of a sweep out to the left side, and there's another open field tackle. Again, Jesse Waldrop's been around.
Yeah, they're running. That's a zone stretch play. They're trying to get the ball to the corner. He doesn't have to take it all the way to the corner, but right now he's seeing the edge open, and he's running to it.
Clock keeps running. 3:45 to play. Still not a first down. 2nd down and 2 at our 30-yard line. Stewart, all kind of guys over here on the left side. He hands off, and they run to the right side. And they get the first down inside our 25-yard line. Cutting him back inside there was Leeson Mashburn back in against the grain.
Yeah, they've gone with a different running back right here, a little fresher legs, and they're running the zone stretch, and also that time they pulled the guard to lead. Here they're going to do it again, same play, trying to get on the edge. And
Yep, good tackle down there. Again, Waldrop down there along with Charlie Lambert, Jesse Waldrop and Charlie. And you're right, Coach, they brought in 15. That's Joshua Voris, a junior, a fresh back in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's kind of helping their cause out because they're keeping the clock running now. Just running the football. Probably going to do the same thing right here they've been doing. There it is, same play.
Running to the right side, nice hole. He cuts back inside. And getting the initial hit on him down low was Jace Wiggins. 61 there who tripped him up. And Jace a big kid too.
Yeah, that young man's addled just a little bit. He hurt his hand or something. They've run the ball. He's run the ball now 6 times in a row, 5 or 6 times in a row, and he's wearing him down.
Yep, he's hurting on his hand and wrist over there. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout with 2:38. We'll take one more break while we have a timeout on the field, and we'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as the Maroon Devils have the football back after the fourth down failure, if you will, of Rosman to convert. So now, Coach, just like that, after the ball switch over, first down, Maroon Devils.
Yeah, we've got the ball back right here on downs, and you'll probably see the clock continue to run unless an injury occurs or something else happens. But I would say that Coach Marr will try to milk every second off the play clock. Hopefully, we can get this one off before the play clock runs out.
Yep, down to 3. Here comes the snap. Handoff, running to the right side. Nice run, and still running hard, refusing to go down at the 20-yard line. Good, stubborn, intense running out of the backfield, and this time it's going to be 13, Cameron Baines.
Yeah, that was a great job of him hanging on that football. They were tearing at the football, and he got both hands on that ball, and while they were tearing at the football, he continued to run.
He did. He wouldn't stop. One of the new men in there is Connor McCoy. He's a big kid, sophomore, 5'10", 246, number 67. Now, I wonder if he's any relation to Spencer McCoy, who played, of course, for Swain County High School, and Scooter. Got a loose football on the snap. I believe we got it back.
Yeah, Connor had to go down and get it on the ground. Looked like his knee touched down there when he had to go down and get it. Just either the center's a little quick on the trigger or he is one, but they're just not getting their exchange right now. But the clock continues to run.
Some other linemen up there, as we mentioned, Jace Wiggins, Colby Kirkland, 61 and 66. Also big 67, Connor McCoy, 77. Trey Spates, that's Ron Spates' son, I'm guessing. Remember, Ron played for the Maroon Devils a long time ago.
This brings up fourth down. I believe Coach Blankenship's going to let the play clock run down and call timeout and then put his punt team on the field and
there we go.
Punt it away. Yeah.
And that's the plan. So 38 seconds still to play. And I tell you, Coach, I don't mind saying this at all. It is just a lot of fun to see these kids out here playing when you actually broadcasted and, in your case, coached their parents, their dads.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Gary, I'm just seeing a whole lot more energy out of our players right now. And where that, exactly what's happened. I'm not there every day. I'm not on the practice field. I'm not in the locker room. But it's almost as if there's a revitalization or something there that maybe some of the ill will and ill feelings and all the stuff that happened when you lose ball games early in the season, maybe some of that's gone now, and we're not going to punt it. We're going to run the football here.
Could be the final play of the game now, as again Connor Hyatt lines them up, and we hand off and they stop us in the backfield, but their game clock never did start. So they're a little slow getting their game clock going, but it should be running right now. And it still hadn't started. So for whatever reason.
It's a change of possession, but they should start the clock. See what Rosman chooses to do here.
Yeah, 34 and a half seconds, and Rosman's going to line them up. They bring their first team quarterback in, and again, their second team running back coming on is Joshua Voris. Again, this time they fake one way, throw it the other way, and over here is going to be Hooper Thomas. Ball is lost, and he picked it back up, though, at the 15-yard line. They stayed in bounds, and the clock is still running, and Rosman is going to call timeout and run one more play, looks like.
Yeah, that was a great play right there by the defensive back coming up, and he swatted at the ball as the receiver tried to get upfield, knocked it out of his hands. Forced a fumble, and the receiver had to go fall on it there or he was going to have smooth sailing into the end zone.
But Coach, just to expand on that thought we were talking about a moment ago, it's so good to see that lineage, if you will, of Maroon Devil players and their kids coming on to play, like Travis Hyatt and his son Connor, and as I mentioned, Ron Spates and his son Trey. And I mean, people you've known for a long time, and now you're seeing their kids play.
Oh yeah, it tells me how old I am and how old you are, because you were broadcasting these games in 1979 when I first showed up at Swain County High School. So
yes, sir. I tell you, it's just a joy to see that, to see the kids and Now their kids playing.
Yeah.
In the end zone, they're going to go for it. It's going to be knocked away. Good
Great
play down
again.
there. That's Jacob Waldrop down there swatting it away in the end zone.
He has made some outstanding plays out there. He really has. He's been all around that football when they attacked him.
That's number 4. Jacob is a junior. 6'2". He can get up in the air. And Rosman actually is going to run another play or two here with trips out to the right side. And they're going to look back to the left side. Now down the middle, it's in the air again. Incomplete. So 12 seconds on the clock. And with the throwing the ball, Coach, they can run a few plays.
Yeah, that's great coverage there in the secondary. Underneath coverage and then the free safety over the top. They kind of had him bracketed there. And quarterback just he tried to hit him and just set it sail right out of the back of the end zone. I hope I live to see the players that I coach grandchildren play. That's what I hope.
Oh, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. Stewart rolling to the right side again, looking. He's just going to run this one, and he's going to be caught from behind. Getting him in the bear hug is big Leeson Mashburn, 53. But yeah, Coach, you're right. To see the grandkids play is that's really cool.
Yeah, I would love to live that long. Hopefully, I will.
That would be a blessing indeed. Now Rosman's going to turn it back over, and actually we're going to get it for one more play. We'll hit a knee and take this thing back to the house. But good win tonight here at Rosman High School, getting ready for Murphy next Friday.
Yeah, it's a great win. It's a big feather in the cap of the program, and these kids really needed this. They really did. They needed to come into a place like Rosman in a tough environment like this and win a football game. And so hopefully we got things back on track where they need to be, and that should do it for tonight.
That's it. Connor hits a knee, and we're going to go to the house. It's a long bus ride back from Rosman back over to Swain County. But, Coach, it's been a pleasure here tonight. We were blessed with good weather. Didn't get rained on. And next Friday, of course, Murphy coming to town. And that's always a special night. No matter where we play or when we play, Swain and Murphy's always big.
Yeah, it'll be huge. And I'm sure that we'll put the best we've got out there. And we'll play. The ball game will be played.
Yeah, when the bell rings, we'll be in a fight.
We'll be in a fight.
All right. Friends, let's get to wind it up. Thanks to Coach Rod White and Joe Holt and all the crew here, Toby Burrell and Sharon down with the stats. We'll join you next Friday, 7 o'clock, Murphy Maroon Friday at Swain County Memorial Stadium. So long, everybody.